to tonight's coverage of the Full-Length Cup Challenge. This evening, we're excited to bring you all the action from iRacing's virtual worldwide technology raceway in the hills and shadows of St. Louis as we get set to go here on Maconi Entertainment. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring you action from all types of racing, including this series and many others. No matter what you are racing, we can bring the action to life. My name's Justin Prince. Alongside me, the booth once again is Kirk Mills. DJ Lyon is working the controls as a producer, using cameras provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Tonight, we go racing here at Gateway, a challenging racetrack that showcased a lot of intensity since joining the Cup schedule. But tonight, Kirk, it's the middle portion of the round of 16.
That's right. Gotta tell you, man, this is going to be a really important race for a lot of guys. And for a few others, this is going to be just a cruise to the finish line for the front runners. Take a look here. Andrew Dyson, 64 to the good, just needs to have a good night to get out of here pretty well. Same thing with everybody from 5th on up. But once you start getting under 20 points ahead, we're starting to see some problems here. But I can tell you right now, we have some news with this. Patrick Gitter, currently sitting 4th in the standings. He is one of the safest playoff drivers, but he is out because he will not be starting this week race tonight or Bristol next week. So he will be our first elimination, which will make it easier on Alex Murray, Adam Benefield, or Cameron Stone to try and make it in tonight if they are able to get some points to get above that cut line.
And don't forget, there's also the best of the rest as well. That it's his own respective end of the season championship. Robert Miller, with his performance last time out, top of the board with more than 1,000 points. Able to break through last time out at Darlington. He's got a 34-point advantage over the rest of the field. Robert Miller dominating speed in the later stages, especially there, Kirk. And it was the matter of not if it was the matter of when he'd win with the speed. It's just that in the regular season, he just couldn't put together the finishes for the checkered.
Yeah, and he was angry. This is the first driver I ever heard in my life that was mad in his victory celebration. He was hoping his teammate Hoffman was able to get a win there, but that didn't quite turn out. We have 240 laps here tonight, 45 first stage, 140 for the second, 10 tire limits, so plenty of tires for tonight. And no fast repairs as always, so no screwing up for the driver's side of things.
Drivers already took part in qualifying earlier on in the weekend, including last night and today. 37 drivers will take part in tonight's action. Here's how they will start. Joseph Galata once again is in the field, once again on the pole. Alex Murray, showcasing some speed, will start on the outside of said front row. Andrew Dyson starts third. Jonathan Delaney on the outside of row number 2. Row 3 features Neil Pearson. Lucas Hoytsma will start in 6th this evening in the 97. Then it's Clayton Hoffman alongside Alex Coffey, another driver making a start that is a part-timer here amongst this grid. 9th goes to Adam Benefield, and Cam Stone rounds out the top 10. 2 Conti cars to end the top 10.
Look, number 11, it's Matt DeCiani, Mr. Consistent. To his outside, he got Jacob Simpson in the 2. Very aggressive driver. We'll see how they do tonight. Ralph Hutchinson on the inside for the 13th position. And to his outside, Hunter Truel. Expect to see him make his way towards the front tonight. Nolan Hodgson in the 15th place spot for Iowa Corn. And to his outside, Evan Mesnard will be starting in 16th tonight, with 17th being Paul Hill, trying to make his way to the front alongside Bobby Anderson in 18th. 19th tonight will be Sean O'Brien Jr., and to his outside, rounding out the top 20, will be Thomas Kolmacheski.
21st goes to Tower Hunter. Devin Medeiros will start 22nd. Then Paul Gallimore alongside Billy Brickley. Once top 24th, then it's William Owens and Chad Center. That's going to be followed in with Brandon Hastings and Stephen Williams. Rounding your top 30, Kevin Sosiak along with Chris Davis. The rest of the field scrolls on through on your screen. Of note, Nicholas Roman and Derek Heitman way down on the running order in the 30s here, Kirk.
Absolutely. 106 track temp, 77 degrees. Beautiful day here in St. Louis. 2:02 p.m. local time on the track. Here we go. Pace car's going to dive into that pit lane. Here we go from St. Louis. Coming out of turn number 4 into that restart zone. Here we go. They're going to drop that green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing from St. Louis, boys.
Clean start for the field as they make their way down the back straightaway for the first time. Already single file once the top 5. And already it's about the challenge of trying to get sorted out quickly here. Alonso's trying to sort themselves out of the 3. Benefield on the bottom. 97 points spot. Able to get the squeeze though off turn 4. Expect the potential of dives by turn 1. That's been a talking point in several official series this week, Kirk. It's how you enter turn 1 and how much potential for contact there is.
Well, with it being this early, you really want to get single file as quick as you can to get some heat into those tires. But it looks like DeCiani's trying to make a move to the outside of Alex Coffey there in the 54. Here he goes into the corner. Oh, somebody's heading down pit road. There may have been some sort of penalty going on. Galata heading into the pits.
Yes, indeed. Joseph Galata appears to have gotten a penalty. Remember, it's on green for the start. It appears that he may have gotten too big of a jump instead of waiting for the green. So once again, Galata, the pole sitter, showing speed again in qualifying. Now off track, Alex Murray now taking the lead from
wrecking turn number 2. Sorry to interrupt you there. Got Clapper Newell in the grass in the 67 car going out of the corner. No caution, but one car was around in turns 1 and 2. Something must have happened to that 67 car.
Running in the 30s at the time towards the back of the grid. Taking a look at the replay brought to you here on the corner. You can see Clapper Newell just snaps it around as someone was stopped at the outside wall as well.
I believe that may have been William Owens being involved in that one as well. But battles are still continuing throughout the track. What I can say is we gotten single filed out up towards the front, but take a look at that 7 car, Alex Murray. He's in a precarious position tonight. He is in a must-win situation. He has to win this race if he wants to make it to the next round of the playoffs, as he will be racing in real life somewhere else on Bristol night weekend, next weekend on Saturday. So he will not be returning. So even though he's leading this race, he needs to win this thing in order to make it to round 2, as he's not going to be able to make it to Bristol next week.
Yeah, racing and starts in terms of karting, that going to be in the Charlotte region where he's based out of next weekend. Take a look at some of the yards on screen. You can see some of them just sorting themselves out. And shifting going to be big here at this racetrack as well. Going to have to play with the gears, especially in through 3 and 4. Try and get the rotation down and get that acceleration to be able to get a launch around the corners.
You know, we're looking on screen right now at that purple car, Nicholas Vroman. We don't normally see him in the back 20s. Right now, he's running right back here in the back 20s. It's very unusual to see him running where he is, but he started 33rd, so he's on the move towards the front. He's got a ways to go. He's looking underneath Brandon Hastings there, who started in 27th, gained a couple spots, and it looks like he might be under fire for one of them. But I think it's going to be exciting to see how this playoff driver is going to be able to make it from the back to the front all night. And it's the way you identify these playoff drivers is by looking at the very top of the car. You can see that gold banner right there on the top. That identifies them as a playoff driver.
That helps them stand out on the racetrack absolutely here. From going to need to make up some ground, obviously, if he wants to be able to contend later on. So far, up 7 in this field. As you see, just about the entire field has gone single file. How difficult do you think it will be to make passes here tonight? We've already seen the field turn into a single file line.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of the most difficult tracks that you can make passes on because it's so difficult to do so because of the dirty air. But it's a matter of making sure that your tires wear evenly. If you start seeing a car that's getting loose, they will start going up the hill trying to get a little bit of a tighter line. One of those drivers I saw going through that corner right there is a 12 car, Nolan Hodgson, this weekend sporting that new paint, that paint scheme we saw back at Iowa for Iowa Corn. That 12 car currently sitting in the 11th place spot. Yet another playoff driver, just doing exactly what he needs to do today. Just stay in the top 15 and try and stay above the cut line, which is what it's all about. Him and Paul Hill, you can see he's running a little higher line than what others around him may be running. Paul Hill running a lower line right behind him. So with that in mind, I think that that 12 car might have a little bit of a loose handling condition right now.
And let's see him slip by and down the running order as a result here. They continue on rumbling for the time being. Now, for those wondering, last time out we'd seen a very quiet race for Nolan. He ended up finishing 16th spot, not leading a single time around. Obviously looking to change that here today. By the way, William Owens, who we mentioned had an issue after the situation involving Clapper Newell, has just had to come down pit road. He had been dealing with the damage for the right front fender, and he's now in the pit lane already taking a set.
Yep, they got plenty of them, so it's not going to be too bad of a deal for him. But something that I just noticed is a driver that's in the playoffs here, Clayton Hoffman, in the 92. He started tonight's race from the pits. I mean, that is rare. I mean, he qualified 7th, but he just started from the pits. So we're looking at the 92 now. He is way back in the pack right now, 11 seconds behind the leader, currently in 33rd. He's got a long way to go tonight, but I'm excited to see how he's able to recover from starting in the pits. I mean, those are some of the best stories happen when you start in the pits and are able to drive to the front and contend for a win. So I think it'd be cool to see if Hoffman's able to do that tonight.
It's a bit of a challenge, to say the very least. We do have some drivers starting to spar out towards the back of the field. Tanner Marti, he's amongst those in front of the battles, including Davis at the moment. Kevin Soziak trying to use the high line to his advantage, trying to hold on to a spot. Will indeed do so for now, as they are. This is the heart of this battle on the racetrack in the early going here, 13 laps down.
Normally when you're back here and all the dirty air kind of evens out the cars when you got that much dirty air going on. So it's more now about just trying to get close enough to where you can make a move. Take a look at Derek Heitman, just a couple cars forward here, trying to make a move on Chad Sanner. Remember the 76, he started in the back of the pack today in that 76 car. And he actually has made his way up quite a bit of spots from 35th to 25th. So up 10 spots from the start. And if he's able to get by Chad Sanner, he will make that a perfect 10, I should say. And he sure does. So now he's following Nicholas Vroman on their march to the front right now. Next car in sight for both of them is Billy Brickley in the 44. Another great showing for the 44, up a couple spots from where he qualified. But that Ryco-powered machine is trying his best to try and get that car as far towards the front as possible. I'm sure he's saving a little something towards the end of the race.
Yeah, we've seen Berkeley pull the strategy game out of the hat a couple times this season also. So Berkeley just pacing himself is all you can really say. Now keep in mind, they have lost more than a second already to the 21st on Ford spots. So some of these drivers are going to have to work hard. Want to close the gaps now after they get a chance to make a move here. And one of the major things is you see some of the biggest movers and shakers so far. Paul Hill amongst those in the top 12 now. Biggest movers in the back of the group as Vroom Vroom goes his way on to the inside, passing Brickley.
Brickley's going to probably let all these folks go. They know that they're faster, so that 44 is just going to let those two playoff guys go. Well, not necessarily, but you know, he's going to be fighting here on the outside, trying to make it a little difficult for him. But he's going to let the playoff guys go on through, which is a respectable thing to do, as he's going to battle now with Chad Sanner on the outside.
Yeah, right now just taking time, spot by spot. That's all you can really do with how difficult it is to make moves, as we touched upon here tonight. You mentioned the difficulties when it comes to the dirty air. What's that sensation feel like in the race car as these drivers try and battle it out here, as you see a move to the inside?
Oh, hang on to a contact there. Oh boy. 37 made a little contact with the car we're riding on board with there. But yeah, to answer your question, what it kind of feels like when you're riding like that, I always say it's like you're riding on the back of a snail. It just feels like you got no speed. You can't dive it in deeper than the car in front of you. You're stuck going slow. Turbo's driving your car now. It's just not very good. So It's something that the next gen has as a problem, and I'm hoping in the future they might get it fixed. But there's a battle for second on track right now. Delaney was peeking his nose to the inside of Dyson, had it there for a second. Dyson cut off the nose there. I think that Delaney's slightly faster than that 41 car. Here he goes.
Poke to the inside. Trying to make the move to the inside. Near contact as Delaney shuffles back into line. Just couldn't get the rotation down off of 2. So all this is wow. They are just still trying to sort themselves so quickly. Just seems so difficult. Outside's good for defending here, it seems, here tonight. Inside, obviously, the place to be to make the move, though, in theory.
I mean, you got to be able to make both lines work for sure, but it's much harder to defend later in the run on the outside. So right now he's able to hang on to the spot for the 41, but as soon as that 41's tires started giving in a little too much, for example, we just saw that happen to the 62 of Neil Pearson. He just lost 4th and dropped back from 5th to 6th now. He just got put behind the 83 of Benefield there, so now he drops back quite a bit. Having a good night, though, for a non-playoff driver, considering that. Everybody on track right now for the top 5, Murray, Dyson, Delaney, Hoytsma, and Benefield are all playoff guys in the top 5 right now, with the first non-playoff driver being Neil Pearson in the 62.
Yeah, not bad for Pearson still in terms of running order. See right now on screen, Ralph Hutchinson just paced himself 13th position so far. Right where he started this race. So far, it's been not a bad start to things. What did you just see?
Yeah, Hodgson and Hill. I mean, Hill just cut Hodgson a huge break, but up in front of them, here goes Stone trying to dive it in deep on Coffey. Coffey's going to let him go. Just like that. Now Nolan's trying to make a move to the inside of Coffey, but Coffey blocks the run there a little bit. I don't know if the 12 did that on purpose or if the 54 did that on purpose, but this little gaggle of cars are just so tight, close to each other. It's not a fun feeling when you're sitting in the 12 car shoes right now, when you got a car right on front of you and right on the tail end. Not the best of feelings when you're a race car driver.
Definitely isn't, to say the very least. We just had a technical blip from Hutchinson. Don't worry, that driver is still on the racetrack. Owen Hodgson gets moved inside. Couldn't make the pass, though, but does get the chance to try the side draft. Able to get nearly to the quarter panel, just couldn't be able to reach out. This first stage goes by pretty quickly, though, Kirk. Only 45 laps, and right now we're seeing these drivers quite reasonably just trying to see where the cars settle in on the long run, as we have some traffic for some of the drivers in front here to deal with. All while Hodgson does make the move on Coffey.
Getting into the wall a little bit, does Coffey. Remember, Coffey's won a race already this season here, and I believe at Daytona with that 54 car. So with that in mind, I mean, he's a part-timer, not necessarily trying to go for a championship or anything, but up front, take a look here. We had somebody get up into the outside wall. That's Jeremy Clapper Newell, lap down, getting lapped here by 4th and 5th place running Lucas Hoytsma and Adam Benefield there. I gotta say here, that 83 looks hungry. He seems to be wrapping the bottom a lot better than the car in front in the 97. He's got a run on him down a back straightaway. Here he goes into turn 3. I think he's gonna send it on Lucas here right now.
There he goes inside. Benefield able to slip his way on through. Does indeed make the pass pretty easily, in fact. I think he's coming over the radio as Benefield up 5. The Conti machine seems to have long run pace. But speaking of that battle going on in front of him, though, still another poke by Delaney. He's been trying everything on the inside here.
You know, you'd think he'd get tired of it after a while, but no, he's just still trying. He's having a good time, just constantly repeating that action of going down deep into the center, washing up in the middle just like that, and the 41 cuts his air off here on exit. That 6 car doesn't get the speed he needs on exit to try again in the next corner, so he's going to have to reset this up. But he stayed right all over the back bumper of the 41, but the driver I'm impressed with right now in terms of this front running group, Alex Murray, has been well ahead of this ever since the drop of the green flag. He's a half a second in front of the whole field there from second place. So with that in mind, he loves seeing this battle happening right behind him. It's important for that to happen in his eyes. If they're side by side, that slows both of them down. Let me go ahead and go on by. You guys keep fighting like that. It's good for me.
Falls, mind you, already has hit more than a second, about 1.3, 1.4 seconds in terms of that fall band so far on these Goodyear Eagles over the course of 27 laps. A bit more fall off than most of the other circuits here when it comes to our series. Now, the major thing's going to be making sure you know where this tire data is going to really look like by the end of these runs here. The short run's definitely going to be very informative for when there's potential for pit stop strategy in stages 2 and 3 tonight.
Knowing when the pit is going to be the #1 strategy, I think they're going to worry about is finding out when the right time is to come down and get some tires and gas. If you time it just right, it could really benefit you. But if you time it wrong, as Derek Heitman may have saw last week, he tried to come down and pit early every single time under green flag run, and he just never got that green flag run he was hoping for. He'd get a caution right after he came down pit road. So we'll see if that continues in terms of deciding when to come down and when not to. As we got a little bit of a side-by-side battle there, Cameron Stone and the 4-car DeCiani almost going at it for a second there. I think Stone's trying to get past that 4-car. But remember, these are also for stage points. They want to get as many as they can, considering every stage point you get is an extra buffer to the car behind you for the playoffs. So right now, here goes Stone to the inside of DeCiani.
There a poke. Near went to the apron for him this time, though. Door got slammed on shut. Stone still not able to find his way around, but he is trying to take the air off the spoiler. Brendan Hastings loses connection. He's now lost touch of the racetrack, while Stone finding ways to touch to the inside of the 4 still.
Still side by side out of turn 2. While this is all going on, the second and third place car has been getting very close to catching up to the back bumper of the leader of Alex Murray. I think that they're catching, but right here we got to keep eyes here on this battle, as it looks like Cameron Stone's going to be able to make the pass here on DeCiani out of 4. So with that in mind, up goes Cameron Stone to 7th, down goes DeCiani to 8th. But up front, look at this gap. This gap has shrunk to nothing.
Where did that lead go? Last time by was a 10th lost. In fact, the past 10 laps, the speed lost about half a tenth to a tenth per lap. Murray going to have to block like mad if he wants to be able to hold on to the race lead here, as Dyson seems to have that slight edge here past 30.
Yeah, I'm noticing a different line that 41's been running for the last several laps. He goes up higher than other cars in the run so far around him, and then he arcs it down just like that and carries a lot of speed on the exit. He's going to have a run. Will Murray go down a block? No, Murray stays where he is, as straight as an arrow. Going into the corner, though, look at Dyson. He's going to go about a half a lane up, straddle that top line, and he's going to be able to try and make a move on the top. Look at that. That's a lot of momentum he carries in the center of the corner from running a lane up. He's going to be even with them at the line, and Dyson's going to lead that lap.
How about that? Able to get the roll, center outside. Dyson launches to the moon. He's able to make it stick through the moon craters, and
Oh, golly. 41 was in the wall, and he hit the 7 car, slowing them up. But take a look, the biggest winner out of that is Adam Benefield. He went from 4th all the way to 2nd with that one move.
a little bit dicey there once again as Murray starts to slip back. Dyson looks to take off as Benefield going to the inside. Up the track goes the 7. It's just that little bit of center off speed that seems to be the difference, where the 7's really started to fall off now.
Side by side, still battling here. I think that 83 is going to try and make it work on the bottom, but 7 might have learned a little thing or two after watching Dyson run that top lane. He's going to cut off the 6 car there, and the 6 car is the big loser in that particular case. He lost 2 spots doing that. So back to 4th for the 6 car, and now he's going to try and make a move on to 7. This time he sends it in real deep. He's going to slide up and try to make that pass forcefully.
There he goes. Still trying to get the pole. Cleared on by Murray, but Murray's days seem to be numbered here in terms of the speed right now as they come around less than 10 to go in the stage here at Gateway. Right now, at the very least, Murray's got a top 5, if not top 10 car here. It's just going to be the difficult part on keeping this track position with him getting pressurized so much right now.
Yeah, he's got to hang on to his current spot, make no mistakes, can't get in a wall, can't make contact with anybody. But this battling with Murray and Delaney has really brought in Lucas Hoytsma and Neil Pearson and Cameron Stone into the picture. They are getting closer and closer to this battle as we speak. 7 trying to hang on to the outside lane, making it work, but Dyson is checked out. He is out and leading laps over and over again, almost a half a second lead now over Adam Benefield.
Yeah, right now it's starting to pick up the pace right now as they come to the closing run here. Steve Murray trying to attack back on Delaney at the very least, try and make this an even fight. But again, that 7 slipping on back. Hoytsman next in the line, also was quicker than the 7 last time by. Pearson was quicker. Cam Stone was quicker than most of the field. By the way, Noah Hodgson might be the one driver to keep an eye on in this too. It's quicker than everyone else on the close-up, despite the difference from the short to mid-run.
Cream rises to the top. The longer you go out here, you're going to see drivers drive more aggressively. Those that pushed really hard in the first 30 laps will start falling back, and those that didn't, they are going to start excelling their way forward. So with that in mind, we're seeing folks that are able to manage their tires stay up front. And right now, Dyson's catching up to lap traffic here. That's Daniel Llewellyn there. He's going to go to the outside, out of harm's way. Very respectable lap car there for the 32 and Llewellyn. He will be competing in the Xfinity side playoffs here on Friday night. So be sure to tune into that if you like racing of all types. They'll be racing at Bristol next Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time next week to decide who moves on when it comes to Cup side 2. Bristol going to be such a challenge, to say the very least, with the high speeds and the high intensity in the heart of the field. Cam Stone still trying to fight some positions out. He makes a move to the outside. Stone is flying as they reach lap traffic here, less than 5 to go.
Oh, hang on to it, Llewellyn. Llewellyn in the wall there. Kind of caused a little checkup for folks. But Stone was able to make it by Hoytsma after some wall contact for the 97. So with that in mind, that 57 running a different line, similar to what we saw the 41 of Dyson running. He's running about a lane up in turns 3 and 4, allowing the car to just get out of that rubber patch that really likes to develop over there in 3 and 4. It just seems to really make the cars feel like they're on grease when you're on the bottom of the racetrack over there. But here on 1 and 2, it doesn't necessarily have the same effect as it does, as it looks like there's another battle behind this with Neil Pearson and the 12 of Nolan Hodgson. Nolan's going to be able to make easy work of that 62, as we're still continuing to ride on board with the Cameron Stone machine all over the back bumper of Alex Murray in the 7.
Right now, still trying to get to work for one more spot to be able to take away 4th. Less than 3 laps to go now in stage number 1. The stage going by pretty quickly so far here tonight. Contact Murray has a huge save.
That was what I like to call a little shindig. That car was sliding and dancing all over the place. He needs to be able to keep the car underneath him, but a little contact from the 57 did not make it any easier, as the 7's just trying to hang on here. Same thing with DeCiani, I'm seeing having issues as well. A few other drivers on this long run are just not really hanging on as good as they thought they would, as we're coming now to 2 laps to go in the stage, I believe, 45 being the end of the first one.
Down to the home stretch for stage 1. Murray at the very least looking like he's going to have a shot to hold on to a top 5 unless Hoytsman gets a run. But so far, Andrew Dyson able to get the edge in the last few laps or so. Coming up to the white flag in stage one more time around. Dyson and Benefiel seem to be the ones to beat on long run, but will that last throughout the day? Dyson starting off stellarly here at Gateway so far.
We'll have to find out. Looks like that up front it is pretty much set in stone for the top four. Looking right there, that battle for the 7 and 97 are still going to be raging on here for the finish. Going through the final turns 3 and 4, who will it be?
Green white checker flag coming out this time by. It's Andrew Dyson who gets the advantage up front. Out of Benefiel second, Delaney, Stone, Murray, Hodgson and Hoytsman battle back and forth. Well, even might have been Hoytsma. Want to check and see the scoring loops. Hodgson, Pearson, Hill, and DeCiani, your top 10. But the stage one goes the way of Andrew Dyson. He gets the edge here, Kirk, for stage one.
I mean, he's doing things that are otherworldly. He's able to win every road course race this season. He's able to win stages on ovals. That guy is Shane Van Gisbergen, but able to run ovals right now. At 41, just knows what he's doing.
So on that note, Phil will catch up to the pace car here. We'll take a step aside and come back. More coverage. You're watching Maconi Entertainment for tonight's coverage of the FLCC from Worldwide Technology Raceway.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here on Maconi Entertainment from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Just Prince Kirk Mills with you, DJ Light producing. It's Dyson, Delaney, Benefiel, Stone, your top 4 for the restart. Whole entire field, as expected, taking 4 tires during that caution period. As they come up to the restart zone. Green, green, green. Good run for the inside. Dyson already clear.
Tire management from here on out for that 41, but everybody else trying to find a way to settle in. We got a whole nother stage to go here. So right now, Murray able to hang on to second. He gained a few spots back. Oh, not second. Pardon me. Let me try that again. Still sitting back there in fifth. Side-by-side battle there is for third now as Benefiel gets passed by Cameron Stone as he moves up to third place. And the contact from Delaney to the leader. Slight contact on the inside there for Dyson. Dyson hangs on to the car.
A little bit of aggression there as they get all sorted. So side by side outside the top 10, but Delaney's making the poke for the lead. Couldn't get the run inside though. Better exit Dyson despite being high up the track. Some bobbles down to the bottom of the racetrack for a couple drivers back there. Hunter Truex was that driver as they continue to fight for the race lead.
Three wide battling in the back of the field. Holy cow. Drivers driving like crazy trying to get every single bit of track position they can get. They know how hard it is to pass. They got to start driving hard now or they won't make the pass. Take a look at this. Three wide into the corner. Look out. Way up the hill goes Mesnard trying to hang on to position as Roman having a really rough night. Not able to make any ground up on the rest of the playoff drivers.
Yeah, kind of went stagnant in the rest of stage one, but he's been really good on fire off. That's been his positive is these restarts so far. He's up 15 from his starting spot. What he's been able to now do is he tries to attack Bobby Anderson next. Two drivers lining up, and now Vroom takes an offset 3 wide. He is not afraid to go aggression.
To the inside of the 20 car, Devin Medeiros, haven't talked about him much tonight yet. 20 car trying to hang on to position. It looks like he will as that outside line is going to try and start freight training Vroman there. But the 92 gave him a shot into the corner, and that's going to put him even with the 20 car of Medeiros. And it looks like Nicholas Vroman's going to be able to make that pass work. Now he pulls up behind Alex Coffey. That's a battle for the lead. Side by side into turn one, Delaney and Dyson.
Here we go. Delaney trying to clear, pushes the 41 up the track. Jonathan Delaney to the race lead. Got a little bit aggressive there with that send, don't you think? Delaney now looks to take off.
And they were side by side in turns 3 and 4. They were side by side for practically the entire lap. And it looks like that into that corner, he just dove it in deep and made it work. Now the 6 car Delaney will take that lead, and he is absolutely happy about it. He does not want to have an extra week where he's not locked in. He wants to get locked in today.
Meanwhile, Coffey still getting swarmed on these restarts so far. He's down 9 spots, about to fall back 10. Quentin Hoffman, meanwhile, has gained a lot of the spots back from when he had that situation off the start. He right now at this point is back to 16th spot. Not bad for someone who started from pit road, as you said.
Not bad at all. That 92, I thought he was going to be someone to watch all night. He's trying to make a move on another playoff driver to the inside. He gets the job done just like that. 92 now up to the 16th spot. Remember, he started from the pits. It might say he started 7th today, but in reality, he started a whole mile behind everybody else. So with that in mind, absolutely wonderful start for that number 92 after a really rough qualifying situation where he had to start from the pits. As up in front of him, though, take a look here. Actually, right behind them, I should say. He's able to get by Simpson as well. But behind them, Coffey and Dustin Hall are battling side by side.
Yeah, still not done yet. Coffey trying to get the outside to work. It just hasn't been clicking for that precision car here tonight. Here we cleared on through as the 1 is up 20 spots so far. Hard to pass, but if the car's got speed, it seems to be making up spots here, Kirk.
Absolutely right. Another driver who's made his way from the back to the front while we're talking about big movers here. Eric Heitman. He's up to 12th. I mean, that driver, he started in 35th tonight. That's just 2 spots away from dead last. With that in mind, he's moved up more than anybody. That 76 is on the move. He's fast, and I think he has a shot here if he can find some clean air towards the front.
Yeah, some of these drivers definitely have opportunities with the way things are looking here, Kirk. tough is going to be actually gaining the track position. So how do you do that knowing now this field is almost getting to where it's starting to get choo-choo training again?
Main thing is take care of your tires. Don't drive it in too deep. Don't hit the bumps too hard in 1 and 2. And keep the temperatures down on your tires so that way they last the entire run. We saw it last run, the 7 car. Murray just was leading the whole beginning part up until his tires started giving out, and he was getting passed by the 41 of Dyson running a slightly different line. So that's something you got to be paying attention to. Trying to morph to what the track will allow you to do safely and keep the tires on the car. Don't want to burn them off. So that's something else to mention. As Galata, remember him, he had to have a penalty. He went down and served it. That 99, he has gone from the back all the way up to 19th after he's served his initial restart penalty. Now making a move on the 71, trying to make a move there of Hunter Truel on the inside now.
And he's been a contender for race wins just about every single week, has he not?
Yeah, absolutely. Since he started running a handful of weeks ago, he has been someone to contend with week in and week out. Joseph Galata, not without making some enemies in the garage, though. I hear lots of stories, and it's never any good ones. So that 99 is, contact! Hang on to the car, Galata! Hang on to it! We were just talking about it. He made contact with a 71. Not happy about that one, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely going to hurt his opportunities here, slipping his way on back. And going to hurt the Goodyear Eagles with that slide. Looks like he avoided damage at the least. That could have been disastrous. Another bit of contact off turn 2.
No, I'm thinking about it now, taking a look at that 71. He got out of there pretty scot-free. He's still under fire from a couple cars, so don't know exactly what happened there to be able to cause that accident to happen. Can we go back and take a look at it? I think that would be beneficial to actually see close up what happened here between the 71 and the 99. That looked a little strange.
Here we go. Let's take a look at it. Why don't we? Yeah, right there is in the middle of progress.
Yeah, let's look a little farther back. Let's ride on board with Alex Coffey. He's going to get a heck of a view of it all. If we ride on board with Coffey, I think that could have been slight net code with the 71, but if you are on board with the 54, we'll know for sure right here. Let's take a look on board in the car. We'll see what exactly happened here. Let's see it right here. Exit of the corner. Galata hits him on the exit. That's what got the 71 loose. So there was slight contact going from the transition from the bank to the flat. And with that slight contact, it made that 71 get loose and just come down into Galata. Obviously, it's a racing incident. Things like that happens. But really aggressive, really early out of the 99, trying to get every spot he can, knowing how difficult it is to pass.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be the matter of what the rest of these drivers now do with how edgy that turn 2 is. Before this year, it used to always be a bottleneck or an incident area because the chance to slide off the racetrack. We'll say the field's looking pretty stable. We haven't really seen outside of one driver for the start just absolutely snap loose here. They seem to be fully in the balancing window.
Yep, just trying to find a balance, like you said. With this in mind, though, that 92, we were talking about him earlier. Remember, he started at the back of the field. He started from the pits. He made his way all the way through the field. Now he's to the back bumper of our biggest mover of the night, Derek Heitman. So I think that 92 might have slightly more speed than Heitman, but they're coming up on DeCiani here, who needs every point he can get because he's right barely within reach of that cut line. He needs every position he can get tonight in order to be able to make this worth it for him. Galata is really loose at the back of the field, hanging on to it. But I gotta say, up here, these three guys, they gotta start thinking playoff points, because if we start thinking about Heitman, he was only like around 6 to 10 points to the good after stage 1. If you're looking at other drivers, you're also going to see the 92 back there in a position where he needs to be able to actually win. He's 18 to the good. He's in a good spot technically. As long as he finishes top 15, it should be a good day. But he's obviously looking for more. And DeCiani is like right on the cut line, so he needs everything he can get.
Yeah, right now the estimates show a -1 from the cut line. The cut line, though, is a two-way tie with the current running stage points, give or take. So there's still a lot of opportunity for that to change, though, in less than 100 laps time for said stage. Bobby Anderson, the boss man of Unsel's, battling on screen at the moment. Makes the move on Mesnard, but just about clears on by. Bobby Anderson of Unsel's looking pretty okay so far, just running his own pace, back in 22nd at the moment, though.
Bobby Anderson's one of those people that everybody in this series, in this league, really appreciates. He's able to bring back something here, and we've run a full season of this with a full-length Cup Challenge. That 5-car owns this particular series, and he's had help from a handful of wonderful folks, Jedi Taylor, Bryson Hicks-Ball, a few others in race control that have worked with him to be able to bring back this series. And obviously, having full-length Cup Series races is not something you can find on iRacing that often. And the fact that we are able to do this and have very competitive fields like this, to be able to watch and to be able to commentate over, is something that we are all greatly appreciative to the 5-car for actually making it happen. So a little shout out over there to Bobby Anderson for doing what he's doing, as we just saw the 20 of Devin Medeiros make a pass on Hall there, Dustin Hall on the 1.
Yeah, they all starting to hit a brick wall a little bit in terms of some of the positioning right now. Medeiros doing a solid job just running his own race. Same for Hall. Dustin Hall, mind you, started essentially dead last in this race. It's been a challenge. His teammate, meanwhile, should say, they've definitely got something in their cards right now. We're right now seeing them stay in lockstep. We're almost 30 laps into the run again. And Benefield and Stone seem to be working a bit together here in sync on the racing line.
You know, that's what teammates are meant to do. You're supposed to help each other out, and you're supposed to run with each other, do everything you can to help one another. Right now, they are nose to tail, so Cameron Stone kind of has a buffer back to Alex Murray. But other than that, those two Conti teammates are doing exactly what you'd expect Conti teammates to be doing, working together, and exactly what you expect any teammate to be doing. So obviously something that's working out for those two running in 3rd and 4th. And I think they'd like to get a couple more spots forward, but again, dirty air, so hard to pass here.
Yeah, it's not a pass machine here. I'm surprised it's not more spread apart, actually, if anything, here. I'm surprised it's still relatively close to the interval to the rear end of the race later. Is that something you expect in the real world race on Sunday, or do you expect the field to separate a little bit more out than what we're seeing here, even with this choo-choo train?
So on Sunday, now you're bringing up Sunday. Okay, Sunday is going to be absolutely chaotic. And the thing is that on iRacing, they do not replicate that very well at all. It's not going to be like this at all. They're going to be able to beat and bang a little better. It's going to be closer than what we have now. I think on Sunday, that's my prediction. I could almost take it to the bank. But what I can say is it's always chaotic there. And it's hard to pass, yeah, but they dive it in a little deeper and use the bumpers that are a little more forgiving compared to here, where we have incident limits where we can't necessarily do that as often. So with that in mind, something that I'm thinking about is just when we're coming down to the end of the stage here, where we're getting there and we're about halfway through. Lap 140 is what we're looking for the end of the stage, I believe. Is that right?
Yep, 140.
Yeah, so we got a long way to go to get there. And with that in mind, I think we might start thinking about, like, is anybody going to try and get oh, holy cow, heavy contact for that Cameron Stone machine in the 57. But I'm starting to think, is anybody going to come down and take tires during this time? Or are they just going to stay out there as long as they can and hope that the fuel holds? I mean, we'll have to see what they choose to do. But, I mean, with the fall-off being as bad as it is, I mean, if you're somebody in the back of the field who is in the playoffs that you absolutely need to get every point you can, somebody like, say, let's see here, who's in our running order back here? I'd say drivers like Sean O'Brien Jr. He's right now running in 15th. What do you have to lose? Go for it. You know, that might be something you might think about. Come down, get some tires, see what might help you out. But he's right now the lowest running that I can see. But everybody else in the playoffs is having tremendous days here today.
Yeah, which makes it so hard to be able to separate yourself out in theory from everyone else in the playoffs. Absolutely here. We'll say, still seeing
Battle
things.
for third.
Yes, indeed. Third starting to heat up as battle for second goes on. Benefield's been unleashed. Stone let him go.
Weitzman's also looking for that fifth place spot as well. So it seems to be clumps of 2 cars right now on the track. We know that Dyson's trying to catch up to Delaney. I think Dyson saved his stuff a little bit as Delaney tried to drive off, and Delaney's fighting a loose condition right now. So they're side by side right now with Hoytsma and Alex Murray for 5th.
Right now, Murray under attack again. It's already about 30 laps of the run. It is at that time again for the 7 car. What can he do at this point to stop the bleeding? It seems like it's happening every time they reach 30 laps into the race.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. When you're in that position, it's really painful to be a driver when that happens, because you're like, I can't do anything other than just try to drive the car the best I can. Keep the tires underneath me and don't overheat a tire, because that'd make things worse. You don't want to turn a bad situation into a worse situation. But up front, these guys are in a great situation. 1-2. Delaney and the 41 Delaney and the 6 and the 41 of Dyson trying to make a move here. Here goes Dyson to the inside. He's going to have a run.
For the race lead again. Dyson took the lead around this point last run. This time through, trying to keep it clean, but Delaney not able to keep it on the gas. So to the lead once again is Dyson.
Wow, I just got to say, every week I am more and more surprised by the driver of that 41. I mean, he's got a lot of talent in that car.
Yeah, some impressive driving here. Remember, these different types of ovals he's performed out well per memory throughout the season, so it's going to be interesting. Absolutely. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's just that it's weird shaped oval racetracks, I guess. So, I mean, we'll see if he continues it tonight. We already see he has a dominant car, but he may not have the fastest one out there, but he definitely has a long run machine right there in the 41. Slightly different line than everybody else. He enters so much higher on the racetrack than every other driver on the entry to 3, but he just arcs it down so well. He's able to carry the speed, and the car doesn't get loose underneath him, so he's able to carry it.
So as we continue to see some of the drivers try and make moves, like Derek Heitman now on DeCiani, now becomes another question to add on to the list here too, is as they fight and as they try and sort themselves on in terms of where they're running, how far can they legitimately go on the gas? Can they make it the distance here, Kirk?
Well, I'll tell you what, give me about 45 seconds and I'll find out. I did not know exactly what their fuel tanks can get to on this particular track. I mean, it depends on the driver, I guess, if they could save enough. But give me a little bit and I'll be right back. I'll get you an answer here in just a second. But I'll tell you what, one driver I want you to look at while I'm checking into this is something that I wasn't expecting tonight. Roman's still outside the top 10. That 90, that purple car, we normally see him top 5 speed, but today, he is just not there. Something's going on with Nicholas Roman at this track. He might just not like the place, but I am really surprised to see him this far back, this late in a run.
Yeah, it's not worked out at all, per se, for Vroom. It's been getting better in terms of track position game, but now, it's about seeing where things really settle at the moment. As they run, Dyson, Delaney, Benefield, Stone, Hoytsma wants that top 5 here on the track as we make our way on through. Already coming up around to what will be lap 85 next time by. All this is going to be the question on where things go on the strategy game here. Kirk, believe you might got that full answer here.
Yep, 65 to 75 laps if you're really saving. So with that in mind, I don't see any saving going on as Delaney's under fire from Benefield right now for position up towards the front. Side by side out of turn number 4, the 83. Up front, Delaney, side by side for position. This is for second place.
Benefield trying to retake second like he was in stage 1. He will. So once again, Benefield seems to have a long run rocket ship. The question is going to be, can he find a little bit of boost to be able to keep up with Dyson and make it a battle for the race lead? It was a bit separated out at the end of the last stage.
You know, can we pull up the stints? My favorite thing to bring up here is always the stints. How many laps have we been out here? So we've been out here 38, almost 40 laps. We're getting down to the point where we're getting there. So that means they can go probably about 26, 27 laps left on gas before they start like actually worrying about pitting. So with that in mind, they will need to come down to get fuel and tires before the end of this stage. So they will if we stay green. Right now, look at that. Alex Murray on the bottom trying to make a hang on to position from the 12 car. Nolan Hodgson on the outside able to carry so much more speed. He's able to make the pass. And now I'm worried for the 7 car. He's probably going to get freight trained here. He's got a huge train of cars on the outside.
Yeah, once again under attack as here comes lap traffic up the hill. Hodgson clears on by. Or he trying to clear himself. Here he slid on up instead. Everyone trying to follow the outside. And it just seems like rotation is so critical. You need this car just to have that extra ability curve to plant.
One of the most difficult things you can do out here is keep the car underneath you with fresh tires. That's why these guys are so good as they are. I mean, we haven't had a single really bad thing happen so far all day. So with that in mind, the only thing I'm seeing is that 7 car just does not have long run speed. He needs to have something. He needs to make the adjustments necessary in the pit road to be able to get that long run speed. But behind him, Heitman is antsy. He's making a move down to the inside of the 8 car. This is 4th position. 76 slides up. Remember, these are both playoff guys. They're gonna make sure they got to make sure they don't make enemies out here. You got to be buddy, friends as much as you can. But you're not out here to make friends, but you still don't want to make any enemies as well. So with that in mind, I mean, good pass for the 76 of Heitman to get up to the top 10. First time we've seen him there all week, all day, I should say. But the 76 back up front, that's going to give him a good shot to try and get some stage points here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was an expectation at some point, at least, for the 76 for what they're doing here. Not race-winning speed right now with the traffic, but at the moment, when they've set fast lap times, it's just been about a 10th off the race leader in terms of what's going on at the front of the field. And it's an art form to make a pass here cleanly, as we've touched upon here. To see Heitman just trying to feel things out, it feels like. Once again, to make that swoop to the outside.
Can we hop in? It's a weird request. Can we hop on board inside the car with the 76 of Heitman for a couple laps here? I mean, right here, this is what I want to see, because he's going to be making a move to the inside. How is he going to be doing it? Let's ride on board with him. Here he goes into the corner. He dives it in real deep. 7 car breaks a little early. He's able to slide up the hill. 7's all over the rear bumper. Look at that mirror. He's all over that back bumper. He's going to get a little loose from that air. He's able to hang on to it, but up in front of him, Neil Pearson got loose off the corner, had to hang on to the race car. He saves it. And so I always like to say, when you're a driver and you're in this position now where you're just, you can see that everybody has really moved up the racetrack and is able to arc it down in that corner. They're trying to copy Dyson as much as possible. But the longer the run goes, the more you're going to see that, because that rubber buildup on the bottom really makes the car loose, and you kind of got to move up the racetrack to be able to make that car rotate better.
And remember, the shape of the racetrack is almost like, when you look at a track map, almost like a slightly longer Darlington when it comes to straightaway speed. The distance itself is 1.25 miles here. Brings that uniqueness into the corner because there's that banking as well in 1 and 2 that brings a chance to charge the corner, but it's a lot more slow rolling, you could argue, in 3 and 4.
I could see that, absolutely. Oh my goodness gracious, the leader almost just got turned by a lap car. Oh man, that was close. 67 Clapper Newell was holding his line. 41 timed it absolutely perfect, gave me a heart attack. If you could go back a couple seconds, you'll see what I'm talking about. He just cut up right in front of Clapper Newell there. Let's see exactly how that looked, because it scared the heck out of me. Look at this. He's on the inside, and he's just going to go up and clear it right here. Watch this. And okay, he's inches from that front bumper. He almost turned himself into the wall. So you got to be careful around these lappers. Don't try to make a little show there, but I don't know. It's just a little sketchy when you see it. Zosiak pulls off track, goes down in the pit lane to the 37. That's the first person I'm seeing taking some tires, maybe. So, but he's a lap car, so it's not necessarily going to affect the front guys too much. But we got more cars on pit road. I'm seeing a few more Heitmans on pit road.
I was about to say, trying the early strategy, it looks like. The race that seems to be trending green. There was the joke last time out that he had a course against Heitman, at least, on pit strategy, because he had multiple times coming down where the caution then came out. Nicholas Froman also coming on down. Jacob Simpson on the radio is next. But there is a big risk if you choose wrong on this strategy. You could be pinned laps down for the right.
Well, hang on to it, 76. He got a little loose there. They're back on the racetrack now, and they're just trying to get every second they can. They got to catch up to the leader, get unlapped here as quick as they possibly can. But there's a long way to get there. They're about 6 seconds back, a little over 8 seconds back from the leader. So they got to make up a lot of time, which is possible here. They're running way faster with fresher tires than they do older tires. So 41's going to stay out as long as he can. We see Paul Gallimore coming down, a few more drivers heading down pit road. I'm thinking that this is going to be the trigger that starts this whole thing off. But you really got to start thinking, like once one goes, you kind of want to do it as quick as you can, because I'm not. Whoa, hang on to Kulmacheski. Holy cow. Dove it in way deeper into the corner than he would like. He overdrove the entry. I think he may have a speeding penalty, perhaps.
Don't believe so in this circumstance. Got lucky with it, to say the very least. But was about to say, this is a pit lane where you have to take the access roads, but you can charge the corner and be able to gain some time possibly if you're able to handle that access road with the right amount of speed.
Absolutely right. I mean, now more and more cars are going to start heading down pit road here. You see multiple playoff drivers there. That's Ralph Hutchinson, Lucas Hoytsma, teammates heading down in the pit road. It's the 8 car, missed his pit box. He had to back up. That's going to have him have a slow stop. Might lose a little bit of time. And it's important that you don't make any mistakes on the green flag pit stops. This is just where you lose the most time, because it looks like that on track. I mean, the speed comparison between the cars with fresh tires and old tires is just night and day. If we look at the 76, who came down really early, he's running lap times right now that are 33.1, fastest lap of the day, 33.5, 33.7 for him. But if we're looking at our leader, I mean, and what he's running, absolutely way slower, 34.4. So with that in mind, a whole second slower a lap, that's a big deal. But they got a lot more traffic to navigate than I think they would like.
And we're seeing more and more staggered pit calls. By the way, Cam Stone just peeled on down. Our driver just called on the radio as well. Hunter Truell's coming on down. Tanner Marty is one who called over the radio that he was pitting here. Paul Hill just indicated a pit stop this time by as much of the field, keeping it simple. Try to split the run about halfway through, take the gas, bring it on home to the next pit stop.
Delaney's coming down as well. Really, really high speed entry for here. Both cars really fast on entry. More and more cars. DeCiani's in, Alex Murray's in, a handful of others. Paul Hill. I mean, it's pit time here, and they all really want to avoid that stupid step ladder. Why on God's earth did they put a step ladder out here on pit road? That's just one of the dumbest things I've ever seen them do in the sim. I have never liked that. It catches so many people off guard in the past, so it just makes a tight pit road already tighter in that one section. So you can see it in the background there as they're all getting 4 tires and gas, but that's just craziness in the track.
What's the advantage of Dyson continuing on like he is here, going long the strategy?
Going long? I don't like it. I don't like this strat at all. Finally, here he goes. He's going down. He needs to do it. He needs to be the only advantage you got is your tires will be fresher from now into lap 140 when the stage ends. So he's going to have that many more laps fresher tires than everybody else. But he will have lost over a second or 2 seconds over those cars that he needed to worry about. But thinking about it now, I mean, it might be something that's beneficial to him. He waited to the right time to do it. It's still late, and other drivers could catch him, but I think he's going to have the long run advantage to be able to make it work. So we'll see if the 41's able to hang on.
Net leader behind you before this pit stop, Clayton Hoffman by nearly 2 seconds over Heitman and Hoytsma, by the way. Alex Coffey, Dustin Hall, Evan Mesnard are the names yet to pit and are rolling the dice, hoping for a caution flag. This dice that hits the racetrack. Where are we at in terms of lappers? About half the field on the lead lap, half of it not. As we take a look at some of your net leaders, including Hall, who just let people go.
They know that they got nothing really for these fresh tires, so you just got to stay out and hope for a caution. That's the only bet that they're playing on here. If strategy lands right, sure, it's going to make their day great. They're going to gain a lot more net positive. So, I mean, and there's nothing to lose. They're not playoff guys. So with that in mind, it's the only choice that makes sense to them. So that makes sense. Something else to look at, though, 76 of Heitman. Once these guys choose to come down pit road, I think Hall's now the last one because I see the 73 of Evan Mesnard heading down pit road now. With that in mind, the one car is the last one that has yet to pit.
Yeah, and we'll see how long he stretches his strategy. He's only up 16 seconds. I mean, why not? You're not racing for the championship with the way things are picking up. May as well try something different, right?
Absolutely, but there's a battle on track for that eventual lead. Looks like the 97 just made the pass on Heitman. So with that in mind, Lucas Hoytsma might inherit the lead here once everybody heads down pit road.
Yeah, right now, no call yet.
Sorry, Heitman and Hoytsma, I should say. That those two just swap spots. So Hoffman will be the eventual leader, but Hoytsma will be the one on the freshest tires at the front.
I was about to say, yeah. 2/10 difference in speed last time by Dyson, by the way. With his pit stop timing, well, he's cycled a month now the top 5 in front of Vroom Vroom. As he looks to take off and try and close on up. And that's the tough part now, is trying to gain back the time. Dyson's going to be much better on the long run, as you said. It's just going to be a matter of execution for the rest of the run.
Absolutely right. I mean, now it's kind of going to just be one of those races where you have to wait and see. No one really has that answer quite yet. Hoffman will eventually take the lead if Dustin Hall chooses to come down pit road. He's got a ways to go, though. Hall currently passing the start-finish line right now. And with Clayton Hoffman currently in the middle of 3 and 4, it's only a matter of time. Probably like 13 or 14 laps before we might see the second place driver catch Dustin Hall. And the one is there's a crash on the back straightaway. One car sideways. Saves the race car. It's Thomas Komacheski in the 88. No caution.
We stay green. Komacheski scored 24th. Made contact with Billy Brickley. And we're still green.
Heavy contact for the left front of Brickley. The 88 just got loose on the bottom here. Overcorrected straight up in the outside wall. Billy Brickley just an innocent bystander here, not his fault at all. 88 was able to save it. 44 with a little bit of left front damage, not his fault at all. 88 just got loose underneath him.
Yeah, that right front, as you just said, absolutely decimated. Going to be hurting for the rest of the race. Has already lost the lap, as a matter of fact, with that situation. Hall's lead, by the way, only 10 seconds up. Coming up to 31 laps to go in the stage. 62 laps through, he is almost in that window where he has to come down.
Yeah, that one car's just so far off the pace. But if he's able to save enough gas, you got to think about it long run here. Can we pull up the stints again so I can see what lap he's on? I need to know where he's at. So for Hall, 62 laps. He's about 3 laps away from being like the early pit cycle opening, but you can go to about 75. So with that in mind, I think we might see him down to the next 5 to 10 laps, no doubt.
Yeah, right now, see what happens here as Hall continues to be very cordial. So as said, about a second down to a second and a half per lap with all the traffic going around here. Lucas Hoitzma, as we were looking at some of the leader situations here, has taken over the net lead though. He's been able to pass on by the 92. That's because he was 4/10 quicker to be able to make that pass. Lucas Hoitzma all of a sudden trying to join the conversation for the race lead for the stage win.
But don't look now. You got that 41 car Dyson. He's in the mirror, and I hear Jaws music playing. He's trying to catch him up as quick as he can.
Yeah, right now, at the pace he's going to get there in the next few laps or so. 4/10 difference last time by on the stopwatch. You can hear that music. That music starting to go ding, 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 ding. There's another pass.
I have never in my life heard anyone say the Jaws theme as ding, ding. I always thought it was dun, but ding, ding. What? Justin, what?
I mean, it just felt right. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. No, I don't think that's right, Justin. But Paul Hill making a pass there on Cameron Stone to the inside. There's a position. Delaney making a move to Heitman on the inside. More racing stuff. I'm sorry. That was just so dumb.
I was going to say, with a lot of these drivers, though, just choosing where they need to go. And right now, for the drivers who try to stretch it or go on the long run, they're starting to really start to suffer the pain because some of these fall-off differences with the power band differences, still 34/10 between some of these drivers right now. Near contact for Heitman from Hill.
Man, he's just falling back. Heitman just not necessarily having the freshest tires. He's going to start losing more and more spots. But I think this is a net gain for him. If he's able to hang on to the top 10, that's what he's going to be able to do. Hang on to a top 10 spot, and then it'll be a positive for him. Because at least he'll be back where he was. Oh, golly, he gets so close to Stone there. Got to be careful. But now, I mean, if you're Dustin Hall in the one car, he's been out there way long. Can we keep the stint analyzer back up? Stint analyzer. Stint, if we can. I need to see that. 67, this man's saving gas the entire time. But if you go back up to the one car and you look behind him, you got the ding-ding catching up behind him. Justin Prince coin term ding-ding, going from behind to the front. Look at Lucas Hoitzma all over the back bumper. This is going to be for the lead as Dyson's catching the back bumper of Hoitzma.
Strategy's over lane now really quickly. Hoitzma moves inside, makes the pass. And here comes the 41 to follow suit. Dyson with a huge head of steam right over the back bumper of the 97. Less than 25 laps to work with. And Dyson seems to have the chance for the run. Here he goes for the lead.
At 97, he came down pit road towards 4th or 5th in line. So, I mean, even if he gets past here, it might be a benefit for him as that 41's diving in deep. No doubt fresher tires going to win out here. Dyson able to hang on to position with the freshest tires out of the group. And you can even see Adam Benefield in the 83 catching up to him as well.
And mind you, he is only 1 lap difference compared to Dyson on tire strat. Lost time net, though, even though Dyson had pit that lap later on the racetrack. Benefield's going to have to work very hard. At the very least, I think Benefield's got a chance for a top 3. Drivers like Stone try to make up a lot of ground quickly.
Oh, man, that 57 car, man, he's on rails. That car's pretty quick, but that 92, he's also all over the back bumper. Remember, that 92, he started from the pits. Oh, Dave Hoytsma, meatball flag. What happened to the 09? He had some damage from some sort of contact somewhere.
Dave Hoytsma, very quiet. Billy Brickley's also come down pit road. He's now jumped to the car also. So let's see what happened.
Oh, huge avoidance for that 5 car of Bobby Anderson. But oh my gosh, hang on to it. That did not bring out a caution there, but that did it for him. And now, Tom, you said that we also had Billy Brickley going down pit road as well. He got 4 tires and he was repairing the damage on pit road. I think he's still sitting there as well, but he was not involved in that particular incident.
Dustin Hall, by the way, he's just called on the radio coming on down pit road this time by. So that strategy, hoping for a caution flag, obviously not working out for the 1. And we'll see them fall to the back again after getting to mid-pack on raw speed. Here they go, and caution!
Caution! Holy cow, that just saved the 1 car. He was going to go multiple laps down. There is a chance that he might just go 1 here, so that might be a huge benefit to the 1 car.
Try to sort it out, but we do have a lot of pickup from the 67. Jeremy Clapper-Newell has lost control again, and this time he was sideways enough to bring on a caution.
Yeah, that was interesting. Not exactly sure how that happened. Can we ride on board? Like inside the car? I need to be able to hear what happened here. May have been a shift, maybe? Let's see. No, the car just jumped loose out from underneath them. That was very peculiar. I can't pronounce that word, peculiar. There, I don't know. Something like that. It's very strange. There you go.
A lot of marbles, he said as well. He overheated the tires. And now that's going to bring everybody back down pit road. How about that? Now it's time for a short run.
And it makes sense. It's going to be a short run to the finish here. And the only driver I know that can do that very well is going to be that 7 car. We saw him have early run speed, but I'm sure everybody else is saving tires. So, I mean, we'll see if they even out. Here they go. Will they take 4? I think so. Oh, 2 for Lucas Hoytsma and for Delaney. And multiple cars take 2. That's going to put Dyson way back in the field.
Interesting to say the very least. That's even with 20 laps on some of these tires here. That's a little bit bold on this, but about half the field taking 2 tires here. Hoytsma, Delaney, Hoffman, Stone, Heitman. Now the top 5 from it.
Yeah, with that in mind, with what we just saw happen, the good news is Dustin Hall's strategy to stay out as late as possible works out. He's going to take the wave around and he will be back on the lead lap. He would have most certainly lost multiple laps if that caution did not come out. That 1 car just got very lucky to get the caution when he did.
So we'll see what happens in terms of the running order. Can't confirm Hall is amongst those able to get the wave around, as said, so he will maintain the lead lap. But the field will be coming around this time through for a 16-lap shootout to decide stage number 2. Right now, Hoytsma, Delaney, Hoffman, Stone, Heitman, Hutchins to the top 6, all on 2 tires. Dyson on 4, followed by Vroman, DeCiani, and Paul Hill is in the top 10. We might see some craziness here, Kirk. Let's just say that.
14 playoff guys are in the top 15 here. So, I mean, they got to understand, 13 playoff guys are in the top 15. There's a lot of cars here with gold banners at the front. They do not need to have any contact. They cannot be over driving it. They got to understand every point matters, but finishing the race is the biggest points you can get. So We'll see what they choose to do and what those that are not in the playoffs are able to do as well as we're going to come out of turn number 4. We're stuck up here in the booth. This is our booth view, everybody. Here's what we're looking at. Here we go. They're coming out of turn number 4, and we're going to get the green flag back underway. Here we go.
Green flag is out, back and away, inside line, got the jump. They make their way off through turn 1, and now a bit of a push for Hoffman. Still side by side for second. Delaney can't make it stick out there.
A lot of cars choosing to take 2 tires, which is exactly the right thing to do. It looks like that 41's got a long way to go if he's going to try and win the stage on 4 fresh good ones. Everybody else on 2. Oh my gosh, they're just really loose. Holy cow. Hoytsma almost lost the dang thing. He's able to hang on to the race car just barely. It's Hoffman who just barely. Oh, they're wrecking in the back of the field. Multiple cars are way all over the track. The 5 car of Bobby Anderson having problems, able to save it. As up front, there goes Delaney into the wall.
All sorts of chaos. Still no caution. Sorry's on the radio. Pop on up. It's Hoytsma. Now under attack by Clayton Hoffman.
Side by side for the lead, coming out of turn number 4. Still even as they head down the back. This is for an extra playoff point, and they need it. Every playoff point is a good deal if you're able to advance. So right here, that 97 on the top, on the bottom, the 92. Everybody else watching from afar. Cameron Stone's hoping for something wild. Here we go, down the back straightaway, still even. It looks like Hoffman's going to have the advantage into the corner. Here we go. Still side by side. Holy cow. Hang on to it, guys. Making this good for us. All right. Note as well, Dyson is all the way up to the 5th place spot. He has made it up to 5th, so he is definitely on the way.
So side by side, no give up yet. Hoffman still not able to find a way to clear. Coming around this time by 12 laps to go on the stage. The Altus machine on the inside. The RHM car on the outside. All sorts of battling back and forth. Dead even still. Hoffman slides his way up the track this time, trying to arc himself up.
Dyson up to 4th now. Is there still? This is just. They can't seem to make a decision. No, you lead. No, you lead. I don't want to. Yeah, just kidding. They both want it. Right here, they slide up the hill. They arc it down. They're able to carry momentum. Look out, 92's loose. They get sideways. The 57 also in the wall. That's Cameron Stone behind them, but it looks like Hoytsma will prevail as they're side by side for 3rd. Here comes Dyson to the inside of Cameron Stone with the 4 fresh good tires.
He is going to the field. Last time by, even with the battling, he was 2/10 quicker than your front 2. Will that still be the case this time with the side-by-side? He's able to at least get the rotation down to clear. He's got 10 laps to try and get up to the front. 10 to go in stage 2.
Hoffman just hit the wall pretty hard out of turn 4 that time. Oh, still side by side, DeCiani and Adam Benefield back there for the 7th place spot right now. But up front, still nose to tail, and that 41's chasing them down. In less than 10 laps to go in the stage right here. So they got to hang on to it for everything they got.
Yeah, right now Hoffman's trying a very high line. That was almost too high. He was nearly up with the marbles, Kirk.
I think he just missed the dang corner. I think he just missed. Heading down the front straightaway, he gains a lot of it back, though, using that momentum. Dives it in deep into turn 1 and 2. 92 is still closing in on the 97. Ain't over yet. He says this ain't done. I have a chance here. Just need to be able to get the right move at the right time. But that 41 still in the back of the picture. He's gaining closer and closer every second of the lap. He just keeps gaining time on him.
Yeah, last time by, another 10th plus gain by Dyson. Fastest car on the circuit right now for sure for Dirty Self. Dirty Self entry continues to chip away, and chip away some more so. At this point, What's on the mind for Dyson to get these passes done? How is he going to set up? How would you set this up if you were Dyson?
Carefully. Very carefully. That's the best answer I got you, man. I wouldn't do it. I don't got the speed to do what he's doing. He's on another world right now. Here he goes. He's going to have a little bit of a run here on the 92. 92 dives it in real deep into turn one. Oviser drives the center just slightly. Still hanging on to the cars. The 41's able to turn down way better. He's got more momentum, and down the back, I think he's making the move into 3.
Taking some small pokes. Looks like he's going to wait for it for now. Hoffman trying the outside to get around Hoytsma again. Dyson arcs it to the inside. Now he's got the chance. Dyson shows the nose. 6 to go. Now down to 5 to go on the stage. Next time by Dyson going for second.
And you don't want to make any mistakes. Hang on to it, 41. That 92 still fighting hard on the outside, too. Both cars, they know that they got to make a move if they want that extra playoff point. It'll help them win a championship this year if they have a chance to stick around through each of the rounds. Right now where they're running, they seem to be in a great spot to be able to clear the first round if they can hang on to this finishing position.
Their dropper with an issue. Chad Sanders peeled off the racetrack. We stay green. 5 to go in the stage. Dyson sees Hoytsma have the wiggles. He goes to the inside. 41 up for the lead. Deeper into the corner. Looks to make it stick. Hoytsma tries to fight, but it's going to be Dyson with the edge on a 4.
Just like that, goes from the back all the way through, enabling 4 tires to make the job done. That 41 just has something else underneath them tonight. I tell you what, it's always entertaining when you see a driver have a run like this where he's able to control a race. It doesn't seem to matter about the dirty air anymore. He just got a car that just is that much better than the cars around him right now. Still side-by-side battle here. Look at Paul Hill and DeCiani. DeCiani on the top with Paul Hill on the bottom. This is for position, for playoff, for stage points, and it's important for him because each one matters to that 4 car.
Still matter to Paul Hill as well, you'd have to think.
But he came right now with that first stage he had, Paul Hill. Without the as of stage 1, he'd be 13 ahead. So he's in a good spot. It's just the 4 car would be right there, like really on the cut line. So every position would really help him out.
Yes, absolutely. That part I agree with. Derek Heitman trying to find its way outside of Benefield. 2 to go in the stage. 2 laps to go in stage 2.
And there's just a lot of battling all throughout this field right now. The biggest fallback that I saw was Jonathan Delaney here. Jonathan Delaney's back with Sean O'Brien, another playoff driver. They're nose to tail right now. Alex Murray, who led most of the beginning of this race, is back in 13th. Not going to get some stage points. Nolan Hodgson's currently on the outside looking in, racing with Roman. He's side by side with them. This is going to be worth an extra point. And remember, every point matters. That 12 car almost made contact with that purple car as they head into turn 3.
Their driver getting some issues. Daniel Wallen just picked up an instant black flag. We keep on going regardless. Now on the final lap of the stage, this time through, Andrew Dyson so far tonight has been the long run king. Anytime after lap 30, this car's come alive. This time through, the short run prevails and the 4 tires prevail. Dyson, stage 2 winner here at Gateway. Second place goes to Lucas Hoyts, McLean, Hoffman, Campstone, Benefield, Heitman, Hutchinson, DeCiani, Hill. Owen Hodgson does get a top 10 in stage number 2. Take a step aside here. We come back. More coverage of Washington Maconi Entertainment for coverage of the Full Length Cup Challenge.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here on Maconi Entertainment, where Andrew Dyson's led 59 laps so far. It's been a stellar night for the 41 as he looks to try and continue this pace. He controls the field one side. Clayton Hoffman looks like it's with Cam Stone. Ralph punches to the top 5. Green, green, green. We're back to racing. The Dirty Self car leads us through.
All right, from here to the end. Take a look. Dyson on the inside. Hoppin's trying to fight hard on the outside. I think he's going to be able to hang on to second, but he's battling with Stone as they're wrecking in the back. I see one car into that wall hard in the backstretch. It's Devin Medeiros. Trule's sitting sideways as well. The 20 car currently sideways on the back straightaway, just towed.
No caution. We stay green. It was in the heart of the field with Hunter Trule also getting involved. Mesdorn also picked up contact, but the 20 gets the worst of it as they fought for the lead. This is what happened.
Adam Benefield got loose. Huge checkup, made contact, couldn't save it. Heavy left side damage for the 20 car. He will most certainly probably be out for this. Wrecking backstretch. Something else happening live right now. DeCiani, heavy damage for a playoff driver. Number 4, DeCiani on the back straightaway. Something happened to that 4 car.
And it was
No
with
caution.
another playoff driver. Contact with the 8 and 2. We are still green as things have started to spiral.
Ralph Hutchinson got into the 4 car, sending the 4 car up into the outside wall. He did not need this at all. He was right on that that cut line, and now this is not helping him at all. Contact with the 8, and that will most certainly take that 4 car out of contention.
Absolute disaster sequence, to say the very least. Delaney still far has gone backwards as well this run. After being towards the front much of the race. You see him trying to battle with someone who has been able to recover from a bit of repair. It's Joseph Galana that's trying to hold on to the outside.
Remember, he had that penalty. He had to go down pit road, drive through. Now he's up here trying to hang on for position, racing with these playoff drivers here. We're getting really dang close. I mean, we're looking at other wrecks. We need to stop seeing everybody crashing. When that happens, we can't, everybody's wrecking. It's hard to catch everything. But man, these guys are just really getting everything they can early run.
Fire standing by the way, just got confirmation, new sponsor on the car for Galata after running with the CFM camp much of the year. Now running with his own team, Bigfoot Chassis Collective. Got a fresh logo on the car. We've seen Galata have rocket ships in this series tonight, though. He's been bounced around ever since he got that penalty from the start on the initial jump for the green flag. Now it's been a challenge to be able to gain all those spots back. It takes so long to be able to recover fully here from something like that.
That is absolutely for sure. Looking on the track, though, out of these cars, one car that we saw up front early race that is not there anymore, Adam Benefield, currently sitting in 15th. Had a restart issue where he got loose off of turn number 2, dropped multiple spots, and that's what ended up collecting Devin Medeiros to check up from that, ended up causing that accident. So with that in mind, the 83's got a long way to go to catch back up to the back of the field, of the playoff drivers, I should say.
Clayton Hoffman, by the way, your leader, has led 4 laps now all of a sudden. Clayton Hoffman, taking the lead a couple laps ago, is controlling things in the 92 machine. You see some of the others in the traffic. That includes the 65. Quiet day for Sean O'Brien Jr., 16th in the running order. And interesting enough, trying to get people to vote, it appears.
Vote CC's for best bar is what it says. Somewhere, not sure where, but he's trying to get some folks to help him out with that bar. So, I'm sure you can look into that particular idea. 65, not really having the best of days, to be honest with you. He's been running back like 13th through 17th most of the day. Hadn't seen him crack the top 10 once, but trying to just finish his race cleanly, I think, is really his only goal that he has right now.
Still not done with battles, by the way. Delaney inside. Paul Hill outside. Paul Hill fringe top 10 speed tonight. Quiet night from 26. But Delaney looking to get loud and proud yet again with some moves. He also has Jacob Stimson in front of him.
Oh, Simpson's around! So contact, big contact, that's huge for the 6 of Delaney.
Just as you bring it up, Simpson takes the slide. No damage for the 2. Delaney keeps going.
That's a big deal. 6 car did not need that happening to him right now. He knows we've talked about that 2 car. He's really aggressive here. But what happens here? 6 car sliding up the hill. 2 car just got loose right in front of him. Contact on the right front, not huge damage, so not the worst thing that could ever happen to him, but got really lucky it wasn't worse. As this battle's still raging all over the place here.
Simpson knocked all the way down to, well, Fury outside the top 20, I was about to say. Just trying to hold on in 19th position as they go. 85 laps to work with here. You still see Benefield. He's not been able to really get anywhere either this run. We know how fast Benefield is.
Oh, hang on, it's ain't over Paul Hill. He's spinning on the back straightaway. Caution is going to come out. Look out. Oh, Paul, don't hit anybody. Oh, man, his playoff hopes could have been over in just a few moments there. Oh, man, that was not what you want to see. But, man, he got lucky. Nobody hit that 26 machine. Both playoff drivers. Paul Hill had contact with Jonathan Delaney. Both cars get loose. 6 car saves it. The 26 gets back on the gas. Almost. Oh, he does get hit. He got hit in the right rear from that green car you see coming into picture. That's Stephen Williams. So the 26 should have kept the car locked down, but he doesn't. He gets back on the gas, pulls up the hill, and ooh, just right there, that much damage. Heads down the hill. Not what you want to see. 26 is going to have a bunch of damage from that.
Absolutely decimated rear end. Absolutely. For a car that already had left front damage, this is going to be absolutely painful. Further chances, full speed. Yeah, right there, already getting hit by Williams. Nearly collected in there 2 cars. He's very lucky he's not out of the race from this hit.
That's to say the least. Now, oh man, it's wild. Man, it's now in a position where, luckily for Delaney, he was like 56 points to the good, regardless of his finishing position. Adding on his stage finishes here for the 6 car, so he's in a good spot. Paul Hill, he was only 12 points to the good, not counting where he's running on track. So with that in mind, this is going to be a big problem. He's going to drop back a lot. He needs to get that damage repaired quick, and he's better hopes that car can drive because he needs to get back up to the front quickly. He cannot lose more than 12 points to the cut line, which right now is DeCiani with 0, but with the way it runs, most likely DeCiani will be further back with his finishing position.
A lot of people took in 2 tires, more understandable this time here, by the way. Hoffman, Hoytsma, Vroom, Hutchison, Galata now top 5. Reminder, these were the points coming into tonight.
After the stages, they add up. Dyson now goes from 64 plus to where he got 2 stage wins. That's going to put him up again to, that's going to be 60, 70, 84 plus, not counting where he's running on the racetrack. 10 points to the good for Dyson. So, I mean, he just needs to finish top 20 and he'll be locked in. He doesn't need to worry about next week.
Yeah, a lot of pressure for some of the drivers right now for Bristol, though. Bristol going to be so unpredictable, to say the very least, especially with the potential for attrition at the last Great Coliseum that can hit. Field's already ready for the restart. These cautions have been mightily quick here tonight, Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, very quick cautions. You don't have time to fix the car. I mean, DeCiani, who was running, looks like he just got a lap down, so he just got lapped. DeCiani in the 4 car, he's going to need another caution to be able to get back into this thing. He's trying to fix all of his damage right here, right now. Knowing the situation, it's his only shot he really has. He has to get back out on the racetrack, though. That 4 car really needs to get back going now, and ready to go. So he's still sitting on his pit box. There we go. He finally got going as the leaders head to the 3 and 4, getting a restart. It has gotten a little chillier out there. Went from 100 and something down to 95 for track temp. So not necessarily chilly, but it's gotten colder. So that means the cars are going to have a little bit more grip.
81 to go. We're not in the fuel window, by the way, per the estimates. And for what we've seen, for the one driver stayed out in stage 1 most of the way. Back underway. Great start for the Altus car. Here comes from Brum.
Nicholas Roman, he was in the mid-pack most of the day, but all of a sudden now he's up at the front. Almost 3 wide as Galata has caught back up to the front. Remember, he qualified on the pole, had a penalty, dropped back to the field. They're 3 wide with Nolan Hodgson back here. This is 3 playoff guys. 1, 2, 3, 3 wide here. Hang on. Nolan Hodgson on the bottom, O'Brien in the middle, and Heitman on the top. Look out on the exit. It's going to get tight. Hang on. There he goes. They made it through. And now, big loser out of that one is going to be O'Brien, who's going into turn 1, almost 3 wide with Benefiel, and the 7 as well. Still 3 wide between playoff drivers.
Still trying to gain all the spots they can. That's all you can say. 3 wide caution. Caution flag is out.
Multiple cars on the back straightaway. I see Dustin Hall involved. His luck runs out. Paul Gallimore involved as well. And this is only benefiting really the whole field, actually. This is going to be possibly allowing them to come down pit road, top off on gas, and you might be able to make it to the end on gas if you're able to save enough. Look at Gallimore on the top. Let's see what happened here. Got loose.
That seems to be becoming more and more common.
Especially on restarts. It's just cold tires. Cars get looser like that. One car is just in the wrong spot, wrong time. Riding on board now with Dustin Hall. Yep, the car just turned left and you can't really stop. They got grass back there on the back stretch, which really does slow it up. Another one of the weird decisions they have here at this track.
And so with that, it's going to freeze the field yet again. Now what goes to mind here, cautions, precautions, and we are right now very borderline for the aggressive fuel save window you were talking about.
I mean, at this point, I'd be thinking about heading down as quickly as humanly possible. I'd come down, get some gas in the car, and see if we can't do that. I think that if we could possibly bring someone up here in the booth, I'd love to do so. Why don't we talk to our leader, Clayton Hoffman for Altus Esports? What do you say?
Why not? Do we have that option here? Did have that option as he ended up in the wrong grouping. Now we got him. Clayton Hoffman, do you have a copy?
Hi.
How are you feeling as the race leader?
I had to overcome a lot to get here, and now it's gonna be a fight to stay here.
What happened?
Now,
go ahead, Kirk.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell him. After the stages right now, you're looking pretty good in terms of points. If you can win this thing, you lock yourself in. Tell me, what do you got in store to be able to go against fast guys like Dyson right now that's been kind of dominating the race?
I think I'm on the better strategy. He's got to pass a lot of cars to get back up here because he took 4 tires again. And we did like a little over 10 laps on our lifts. So if everybody races him and doesn't just let him by, he's going to have a tough time getting up here and having tires still on it. I got clean air, which means a ton here, so I got to keep it. And if I keep it, I got a good shot. But, you know, there's other fast guys. I haven't been up here much of the race because I barely made it home and from work in time for the race. And then, yeah, I had to take a work phone call as we grid. So I missed grid because if I had started, I was going to be on the phone. I would not be able to shift properly. So I probably would have caused a big old wreck there because I think I qualified like 7th. So I had to miss the start and just started off pit road.
Now you're at the lead, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep, gonna do what I can here, and hopefully my strategy's right. If Dyson can make it through everybody pretty quick, he'll probably have pretty good tires, and he could walk away with it. But he's, like I said, he's got people to pass. So I think they're gonna race him. I don't think they're just gonna let him by, and I don't think he's gonna have a big enough advantage here short run to where it's possible.
Well, best of luck to you there, Clayton. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Clayton Hoffman taking the time to speak with us, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask, was what happened at the start. Obviously, work takes precedent to be able to pay the bills, and right now, Hoffman ready to see if he can pay the Pied Piper and try to lead 76 laps here to close. Hoytsma in second, from Hutchinson, the top 4. Party's ready, green flag waves, we're back to racing.
Huge checkup on the inside. Multiple people cannot make any moves until they cross that line. They finally do, heading into 1. Hoffman, huge advantage over the whole field.
Yeah, another good jump as a result there. As they keep on fighting for third, and we have some spinners. Stone's involved. Dyson!
Huge implications for playoffs. That was a big deal, wrecking on the back straightaway with multiple playoff cars. Galata got loose on the exit of turn number 2. We've seen this 3 times now. They come back up, collect Dyson, collects, I see Alex Murray involved in that one. A few other cars sliding through the grass. Big deal here.
See right there in the chaos, the 57 then lost it after the initial spin for the 99.
Benefiel missed it by inches. If you ride on board with that 83, you might need a new pair of underwear. Let's take a look at that 83 car, because he had a heck of a moment.
Can't confirm Dyson did hit a lot at first before getting involved with Stone. And those tire ruts from the previous caution are about to make some friends. As a result of that situation, we'll have to take a look here and see how this is going to outfare for everybody else. Here's Benefield.
Whoa! Just holy cow, that car, inches is all he had. If you're on board, man, you need a new pair of underwear. Like I said, that was fearful. I mean, that could have ended your day. Let's look on it again. Here we go. Off corner, see some smoke. What are we going to do? Going low, following the car in front of me. He gets hit. 7 car, whoa, just misses it by inches. He'll have to go through the grass. With the 2 cars up in front, definitely heavy damage for Dyson, and that will open up this race. And Clayton Hoffman, now being our leader, could not have asked for anything better for his race right there. Let's look at the replay again. Watch the 41, the 57 right behind the 99. 99's where he's going to get loose. But watch what happens to Dyson. Let's check the damage for both Dyson and Cameron Stone. Very fast cars today.
Yeah, curious where Stone came in. Yeah, right there. That swing back from to the right from the contact for Dyson. So send them both into the grass. Dyson very lucky to add more damage with the wall hit.
Very lucky, but the Cameron Stone not as lucky. Had a little bit of damage there. Oh man, I mean this is what you don't want to have in your races. You want to minimize mistakes in the playoffs, but right now, that was not even something that was his own fault. That was just accidental there. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Benefield's playoffs championship hopes could have been saved by inches just there. That was phenomenal luck to be able to miss. And he did the right thing to go down too, because if he would have stayed up, I think he would have been involved in it as well. The 7 car had a little bit of damage from it as well for Alex Murray. So we'll see if he's able to hang on to the car if there's not much damage. But he did get slight contact on that particular caution as well, as we're doubled up for the restart down the back right now. Here we go. Through turns 3 and 4. You got Lucas Hointsma on the top, 92 of Hoffman on the bottom. Here we go. That pace car, he's going to dive back down into the pit road. And we're going to try and get this thing back underway, and we'll see if we can make it a handful of laps before another accident. 73 laps to go. He can make it on gas from here, probably. Here we go. That flagman's going to wave that flag. We're back underway here from St. Louis.
72 laps to work with. Hoffman already clear as some drivers take a look 3 wide. Will anyone get loose this time? The answer is no. We survived this time.
Side-by-side battle still rages on for third. Hutchinson on the bottom, Vroman on the top. Just like that, Hutchinson's going to be able to make that pass, and now he moves into the 3rd place spot as Hoffman has comfortable lead, but Hoytsma is pressuring him from behind.
Yeah, right now, how long will this pressure last? Right now, the top grouping single file. Highest right run, and now we have trouble.
Heitman! And the
Heitman.
2 cars involved there. Oh my gosh, big damage at 76. He's going to be out. That's going to be a huge deal. Multiple cars involved. No caution yet.
Now it's out. It's out.
Oh, thank God.
And Derek Heitman took him hit in. One of the things you were talking about before tonight's race, you expected it to be a bit wild. We just got wild.
Oh, that was contact. Oh, that's another playoff driver making contact with the 76. That collected also Coffee involved, the 2-car Dylan Simpson. The 2-car, let me try that again. Of Jacob Simpson gets involved, collects the 74 Chris Davis. Evan Mesnard in the 73. They go spinning. Heavy contact for Mesnard as he goes back up the racetrack with no steering. Oh man, just heavy hits all around. Hate to see that.
Yeah, a lot of damage starting to spread from these incidents, to say the very least. Meatball flags galore. Let's take a look here again. It's from O'Brien.
O'Brien, if we can go back a little further, like entering turn one, take a look at where he entered the turn from. That's going to be a huge point here. On the exit of turn 4, here's turn 4 exit. He's not going to have that good of a run, and he's going to actually lose a lot of momentum. He will be behind Neil Pearson going into the corner. How did he get all the way up to the 76? Huge entry, dove it in deep. That 65 is going to be tight on exit, goes up into the 76 and collects Neil Pearson, and also a little bit of damage for Adam Benefield there. Another crash right in front of Benefield probably gave him another scare. Might need another pair of pants there. Oh boy. I mean, 76 is not going to be happy with that driver after that.
Yeah, same for the 74. Davis tried to miss it all. Instead, he spun around like a top. So damage goes around and flying around as a result of the incident. And more drivers having repairs done. Right now, we're down at about 20 clean cars, give or take. We're running out of race cars all of a sudden with the big flurry of cautions after only essentially the one caution for incident in the first 2 stages.
You wouldn't expect to see that here, to be honest with you. I knew it was going to be chaotic, but I mean, with the sun being out, it should have evened some things out. We're going to get the 1 to green double file again, but I mean, this is exactly what you expect in playoff racing. You're trying to get everything you can, and just multiple playoff drivers getting involved in accidents. 41's damage looks to be a whole lot better than it was from that previous wreck. He needed more cautions to get that damage repaired. Now he's going to be back out there, and the car is going to be pretty dang good in terms of damage. It looks fine on the outside. I'm not seeing any wheel damage for the 41. Is he going to be able to come back from that wild wreck to try and compete here for a win? I don't know. His wheel's straight on both sides, and it looks like his hood only has slight left front damage.
So again, it's Hoffman, it's Hoytsma, Hutchinson, Vroman, followed by Hodgson and Delaney, Murray and O'Brien Jr., Hunter and Benefield, your top 10. Chad Center, by the way, who was once drivers who had been down pit road for a bit, has charged back up to 11th all of a sudden for the restart.
Center. Yeah, that's wild.
Do this again. 67 laps to go. Next caution puts us in the field window. A little bit later of a launch this time, but still it's the inside with the advantage.
Hoytsma did not get a good start. That's the first time that we saw that outside lane get passed up by second place on the inside. Now Hutchinson making moves down to the bottom. He's going to be battling for that second place spot as they're side by side for second. Hoffman tries to drive away.
Trying to figure out a way to currently settle on down here after what's been a wild sequence for this field the past few cautions. Hutchinson trying to play the lanes. They're door banning for third.
And that 8 car, we haven't seen Ralph Hutchinson this high up in the field in a while. It's been a few weeks. We saw him battling for the win at Bristol in the spring. That 8 car hasn't necessarily touched the front row ever since, but now he's running second, showing speed. Ralph Hutchinson Motorsports running with Lucas Hoytsma as well up there, and you see Delaney on the outside also on the same team, trying to make things work, all within the top 10, and all 3 playoff drivers.
Meanwhile, Hodgson has settled for 4th spot for the time being. Stop the bleeding. Make sure the tires last. Oh, by the way, new purple lap. Clayton Hoffman. Wonder how. He's been lightning quick all night long, Kirk, and now he's showcasing it as Murray tries to find a way to get some spots back and fast.
I mean, what a night, to say the least. He needs to get all the spots he can, but stuck in a position now where he's in a must-win situation. That 7 car needs to get back up to the front if he wants to be able to make it to the next round of the playoffs. He will not be at Bristol next week, which means he would be out if he does not win tonight. That is a big deal for him, and it's also a big deal for Ralph Hutchinson for him being in second right now. He's only 2 points to the good, not counting where he's running on the racetrack. after the stage points. So after stages were all added up, he's 2 points to the good for the cut. So with that in mind, he needs to finish where he is, and he will have a wonderful day to be able to make sure he can just take Bristol a little less fearful of losing that spot.
Season opportunities for Benefield. Meanwhile, he has been around the edges of the top 10, if not in the top 10 as of late. Being as fast as second place earlier on tonight. No laps led, but Benefield has been staying smooth since the drop of the green flag. Last time out, very quiet time, let's put it that way, when he went to Darlington Raceway.
Roman now, they're going to probably be 3 wide if they aren't careful. There goes that 6 car on the outside trying to make it work. Roman's just going the wrong direction right now.
Yeah, do you think it's just something he may have done adjustment-wise? What do you think might be causing him to slide backwards after his speed he showcased earlier on long runs?
Well, I mean, I think he was one of the folks that might have taken a couple tires as well. His tires might be slightly off. I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I can say is that we saw him early run. Remember, he hadn't even cracked top 15 until he started pulling some pit strategy. So with that in mind, I mean, he kind of doesn't have the fastest car out there today.
Yeah, right now that's so critical when it comes to that. You see lap times on screen, by the way. Right now, times right now for the leader, around 32.9. So the drivers have fallen back to the 33 flats at the moment in Traffic Kirk.
Losing time when you got that dirty air makes it hard, but also the tires definitely help as well. But up front, when you're Hoffman, clean air on all sides, just take care of your tires, and I mean, as long as he's able to hang on to the race car, and he's still maintaining the race lead in the distance there. He's just got to continue doing what he's doing. Single file throughout the whole field, though. This is one of my favorite sounds in motorsports, right here. The flyby, I love that sound. Something I always like hearing when we go to the racetracks.
Cars going zoom. What else can you say? Simpson, before his bobbles the past couple of caution periods, he had been having a very solid day. The 2 machine very quiet. Now he's just trying to hold on the top half of the field out of those running left.
Yeah, the 2 cars, Simpson, Jacob Simpson. I mean, he's not a playoff guy, but he's been here all year. He's one of the few guys that I know just to be really aggressive. Him and also that other car in picture, that's Hunter Truel. Both cars are really aggressive drivers. They really like getting every inch that they can, but that also brings calamity on the occasion where they get involved in accidents that just happen whenever aggressive driving mixes with the race cars on track. It's just common like that. But up front, take a look. Adam Benefield making a move on Roman, and he's going to make it look easy as they are still, wait, maybe not. Here comes Roman trying to make the outside run happen.
Vermeer at least trying to make the outside work here. But how long will this last with the centering speed? Not long now. Now it's Benefield up a spot. Just all of that. Still 56 to go. And now it gets tricky on how you plan the fuel mileage because some of these drivers are going to be mightily close, Kirk.
Let's take a look at the stints and the stints if we can. That'll help me out a lot. Let's see how many laps we've been out there. 27 laps they have been out there for some of these front runners. Paul Hill in the 26 car has been out there the least amount of time, 18 laps. So right now on fuel, Paul Hill's sitting in the best position. So if somehow we're able to get to the end of this thing green and clean, he's sitting in the catbird seat. He'd be able to be the one who could push hard as everybody else around him has to save gas. He's catching up to the back bumper of Roman there, and he has fresher tires as well, so remember that.
Yeah, that's a critical thing. Some of these drivers have some tire separation, even with the caution periods, upwards of 14 laps, and not as many heat cycles on them as well in general. Dyson, by the way, he's settled in 18th. Car just seems to not have it the same giddy up and go as it did earlier when he had the track position.
No, it did not. That damage just seemed to be affecting him, but I'm not sure if he's saving or what his situation is. It doesn't look like he is staying in 4th gear for longer than I would if I was saving. So that in mind, I mean, goes down to 3rd gear in the corner. So we'll see if he's able to make up any ground, but that damage really did something to that car.
And I'm guessing not common when it comes to 3rd gear. How would you describe that gear distribution when it comes to these corners?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, it just depends on how hard you want to drive the car. If you want to save gas, you don't necessarily jump down to 3rd gear that often. If you want to, you kind of stay up in a higher gear, it uses less gas. But going down to 3rd tells me that he's probably not saving that much. Murray here in 5th, though. Remember, he's in a must-win situation, this driver here. So he's got to get by Nolan Hudson if he wants to be able to make it to the next round of the playoffs, and he's got to do it now.
He's trying hard, as you might remember. Speed's been critical past lap 30. The one thing that Alex has needed to adjust for throughout the evening here. Right now, guess what? They're about 31 laps into the run on tires. Perfect timing, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close on gas. I think that we're starting to see that. Some guys are going to start saving, and it might not even be obvious because we see it in the Cup Series. You can save a gas a whole lot easier, and you can possibly, even on the long run faster lap times because you're saving tires at the same time. So it just depends. But that 26 pushing as hard as he is, I mean, I really like his positioning right now, Paul Hill. If we stay green to the end, that'll be interesting this time. As it looks like Tyler Hunter is saying he's going to be coming into pit this time in the 48 car.
That sounds early. That's what, 50 to go? Yeah.
So did he say he was bidding? He's not looking like he's bidding at all, but I thought he had just said over the radio he was planning on coming in there. He might have been saying thank you. Oh, maybe not.
I think it might have been thank you, but he's getting the stack up. He's over the racetrack. Now getting swarmed.
What is going on with the 48 team right now? Tyler Hunter.
He was top 10 at the start of the restart. Not anymore, and he has to be feeling the pressure here.
And he's all around non-playoff drivers. The only one near him is Dyson, who's behind him by about 5 cars. So with that in mind, I mean, just making through the corners one corner at a time might be beneficial, as they're nearly 3 wide behind him. Kulmacheski is going to be 3 wide. Look out, into the wall goes Kulmacheski.
Kulmacheski's night, let's put it that way so far. Coffee, he fights hard from the outside. Bobby Anderson quietly now able to move into battle for 15th here. Just scratching, clawing his way, picking up spots as they've come his way for the 5.
Bobby Anderson sitting right now just outside top 15. He's getting looked at right here by 41 of Dyson. Dyson's able to try and get a run here, and it looks like it will work for him at the time being. Dustin Hall had an apology. I think he may have gotten into the back of the 65. Like contact up ahead. They hung on to the race car.
And no issues for now as Murray does go for a spot. Now he hits the 12. Still side by side. Just can't seem to get the clearance down here.
Contact with the 6 of Delaney as well. I mean, he's trying to get everything he can. He's going to send it in here. Look out. Up the hill, he pushes the 12. 6 cars trying to get underneath him as well. 12 hits the wall slightly. Hang on to it. This is going to be a tight battle here. Remember, 7 car, like we said, needs to win. Battle for second hit rages on too. 97 was able to get by the 8 of Hutchinson. That's for second. Still behind them side by side now with Delaney and Alex Murray. Delaney hits the walls. Benefield now tries to make a move on the 7 of Alex Murray.
Now it's Benefield's turn to try and charge the corner. Murray, he's giving lots of room down there. All of this is wow. 5 other cars are in a choo-choo train and getting lined up quickly. Benefield.
Oh, crashing! Coffee wrecking on the back straightaway, and a 41 of Dyson's in it! Heavy contact for the 41. Their sideways caution's going to come out.
Your championship leader coming into tonight for the playoff standings involved in our incident, and we're back under caution.
The 54 of Coffee was involved in this. Let's see what exactly happened. Looks like slight contact. And 48 got loose. Tyler Hunter got loose, collected the 54. 54, when he got loose, the 41 was trying to react. So as you see the 48 get loose, makes contact. 54 couldn't save it, hits the outside wall, slides down, gets a little front end damage there. And luckily that's repairable for him and his team. But what I can tell you right now is Dyson was in a position where he saw a wrecked car in front of him. He had to turn hard left to miss it. And when he tried to turn back up the racetrack, he collected the 62 of Neil Pearson, and both cars go for a spin as drivers like Chris Davis had to do evasive maneuvers to even make it through that wreck. Chad Sanner also, oh my golly, right on board with Chad Sanner. He just pulled a move of a century to get through that.
He's been pushing hard to avoid those incidents. Dyson, it just fell into his lap. What else can you say?
Yeah, 62 kind of got squeezed by both cars, didn't have anywhere to go. But yeah, take a look at Chad Sanner. We really, on top of the hood, or even a far chase if you have the ability. That 94, like he had a heck of a view there. That's not Chad, that's Dyson, I believe. There we go, Chad. So he sees this giant wreck in front of him. He's checking up. Look out, look out, look out. Goes way down low. 62's coming, and he misses it without even touching the grass. What a move, Sanner, to get lucky and get through.
Now, that has sparked everybody to come down pit road. No more fuel strategy in theory, Kirk. Everybody can make it from here.
The only choice you got now, I mean, come down, get tires, 4 tires and gas. And now we're going to have a straight up race to the finish. No strategy of any kind. It's going to be straight to the finish. But if we get a caution at the right time, somebody might strategize to come down and get tires. But other than that, I don't think we're going to see very much fuel saving.
Yeah, don't need the fuel at this point. You just need to take the checker flag. Lights are now turned off on the pace car. Hoffman, Hoytsma, Delaney, Hutchinson, Murray, Hudson, Benefield Hill, O'Brien Jr., and Vrooman. Your top 10 here for the restart. Correct expectations on how these drivers are about to battle it out again.
Oh, you can't expect anything out of these guys. So you just know when you're racing in the full-length Cup Challenge, it gets wild and crazy quickly. Take a look at the 41 of Dyson. He's going to be a lap down. That's a big deal. That means that his little, I guess, luckily he was up at the front. He has plenty of stage points, so this isn't going to hurt him too badly, considering the worst he could finish tonight, I think now, is 28th. But, I mean, with that in mind, he's going to have a little bit less stress-free weekend next week. But right now, for this front group, oh man, you can't expect nothing out of these guys. These guys are just going to try to get the win of the race at any means necessary. 7 car especially, without having a win, he's not going to make it. So everybody else here could probably make it without one, but we'll have to see how they do. Here we go for the restart.
42 laps to go. It could be anybody's race. Clinton Hoffman try to prove it's his race. He's off and away as they make their way to 1.
Into the corner right there. I'm seeing a couple cars trying to think about making it 3 wide. They chose to stay 2 wide right there. Leader gets away. Top 2 get away. Third place side-by-side battle still between Delaney and Ralph Hutchinson, as Delaney looks like he might prevail on the outside.
Yeah, right now looking like things are calling down amongst the front of the field. But as you said, drivers like Paul Hill, who by the way had fixed all the damage, still trying to make some moves high side. He just does not quit tonight to that 26.
Absolutely not. No quit. As it looks like Bobby Anderson got into the wall on the exit of 2. Huge checkup. He loses multiple spots. Goes from 13th to almost outside the top 20. Back running with Paul Gallimore in 18th and 19th almost outside of top 20. He's getting there. He's able to hang on to it and pull in front of him, though. But that contact really didn't help him, as they're still side by side up front between the 26 of Paul Hill and Adam Benefiel on the bottom. Something about Benefiel, I have not seen any other driver be able to wrap the bottom as well as the 83 at any track we go to. He's just able to do that, like lap after lap after lap. He's able to wrap the bottom. But up front, remember, Hoffman has not yet won this year at all for that 92. This is going to be his opportunity to be able to get it done. He's got 40 laps to do it, 39 now when they cross the stripe. And that car, remember, he made the playoffs on points. He did not get a win. He almost won at Darlington, had a problem, lost the lead due to a pit cycle, and now he's at a position where he could possibly get his first win of the season and get locked into the next round if he's able to hang on.
That's the key word, if he's able to hold on. He's still got someone like Lucas Hoytsma keeping him company on the back bumper right now. And so we'll see how well he can back up the corners without losing this race lead here. Kurt, there's so many opportunities for drivers to be able to try and race things out as commentator, or get the chance to broadcast after racing things out of this style of racing. So difficult to be able to time things up right for the pass now.
I mean, you still got to save a little bit in the tank. I'm thinking about Hoffman right now in terms of, like, we know Lucas Hoytsma can win. We know Delaney can win. We know those guys do it week in and week out. But we know the 92 has speed. We have yet to see him get the victory lane. And we know his team's capable of winning. We saw Robert Miller do it last week. They got something going over there in that Altus Esports camp right now. But with the 92 being where he is, he's just got to remember to keep the gap manageable. Don't overdo his stuff. And he's got 37 laps to hang on to this lead. If he's able to do it, I mean, that would be a season, absolutely make his entire season. It's what you want to do. But something else happening up front still, Adam Benefiel has been trying to get by Paul Hill for like 20 laps, and he finally got the job done here just in front of the 26 that time by.
It's so difficult as we sit with the dirty air all night long to set something up. And right now it's a full-on choo-choo train. Can you move around a bit and search for the clean air at this point, if any?
I mean, we've seen that happen already. The 41 of Dyson showed us that line in turns 1 and 2, but the 83 of Benefiel has been running just a different line than everyone else combined in 1 and 2. He runs the bottom and wraps it so well, and he's able to maintain speed. That's the hardest part. Most people make that their setups to run well in that second lane where everybody else is running. But that 83 has made some adjustments to his car to where he's able in 1 and 2 to wrap the bottom better than anyone else. Watch this right here. He's going to go into the bottom here. Same thing. Trying to make a move on Nolan. Let's see if he's able to do it. Will he dive it in deep? He sure does. Gets on the binders, down and wraps that white line. Nobody else is doing what he's doing right there. Lucas Hoytsma in second just tried it for the first time up ahead of him, but he is the only one that had been doing that for multiple laps prior to that.
Yeah, Benefiel trying to figure out a way to get back to the top 5 at least. At this point, not much you can do except to go along for the ride and hope that your car shines brightly tonight. Speaking of which, there is a paint scheme thing coming up, is there not, next week? Yes, indeed. And that's going to feature, for many drivers, the paint scheme for neon light themed paint schemes to stand out in the nighttime sky for a crown jewel.
Oh, it's I've already seen a couple of those paints get released already. They teased them. I gotta tell you, the neon paint schemes are gonna be some of the coolest looking cars you'll see all season long. I saw the 97 Lucas Hoytsma currently sitting in second right now. His paint scheme looks out of this world. I really like that paint scheme that team worked up. It looks really dang good. So I'm excited to see how it looks on the racetrack. As it looks like the 83 has just been dogging at that 12 car, trying to get underneath him for lap after lap, and he just can't seem to get the run to do it. He's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place too, because 12 car is good friends of Paul Hill there. So with that in mind, I mean, he's kind of stuck in the middle.
Still seems, by the way, on your screen. Again, that theme we just talked about, the last theme of the season, rainbow and neon light theme, specifically for next week. Should be interesting to see which paint schemes pop out and which drivers elect to actually participate in the competition. Benefield's making a move, same up front, as they have 2x2, but a couple rows deep.
Yep, up front, that is going to be that way right now. Alex Murray trying to make a move on Ralph Hutchinson for position, and just behind that, Benefield and Hodgson are even heading into one. Looks like Benefield's trying to wrap the bottom again, like we saw the last handful of laps. Hodgson on the top, not carrying enough momentum there. I think Benefield's going to be able to clear him down into turn 3 if he's able to carry the speed. But up in front, Murray was unable to make the pass on the 8 car. Still currently sitting in 5th place. As Benefield still is challenged by that 12 car on the top side. I mean, 12 just does not have quit in him at all. That's so heavy wall hit there for the 12. Able to keep the car underneath them and still side by side heading into 1.
Yeah, right now with the way things are going, it's going to be difficult to score really manageable points unless you can make something.
Oh, look out, save the car. 83 almost locked up the wheels. He drops back like a rock, loses 2 spots. Lucky to have a car after that contact.
Extremely lucky at that point. Good save right from Vroom. Let's try this right here.
Oh gosh, what a save. He had to lock up the wheels to make it happen. But there's this battle that's happening mid-pack right now. Chad Sanner. Oh, yeah, right now. Get to Chad Sanner as quick as you can. Right here. Yep, they're all over the place. Sliding, dive bombing, doing everything they can to get spots back here. This is not for the win or for playoffs or anything. I mean, Bobby Anderson just made a 3-wide pass on these guys that were over driving the corner. Chad Sanner is not happy with Dustin Hall at all right now. As Adam Benefield's chat was just disabled, he swore over the radio.
Well, that's not pretty to say the very least. That was after the major contact from previously. So the rest of the field keeps on going for now. At this point, see how aggressive some of these drivers are on the side by side. By the way, how are things going in terms of up front? Paul Hill, he's looking to try and pass the 12 as well for 6th.
83 couldn't do it after contact, lost it, tried to save it, couldn't quite take care of it. But now, good friend of the 12 is showing his nose down to the bottom. He's like, hey man, I'm a little quicker. Mind letting me go? We'll see what Paul Hill and Nolan Hodgson choose to do as they get single file again.
Yeah, right now, just seeming like they're keeping on calm. That's all you can really say right now. It's been that type of a day. Remember, this 26 has had to come back from multiple damage repairs as well.
Getting involved in accidents, man, it just seems to happen a lot. We've been clean and green for a while. That can't last forever. We'll see how it chooses to go. As that, I mean, the biggest battle I'm looking at is this Dustin Hall battle with Paul Gallimore, Chad Sanner. These guys are just all over the racetrack, driving really hard. Saw Williams get up into the wall, but these guys are, like, it feels like I'm watching a 1980s race with this. These guys are sliding all over the place. It's like the rear end's unhooked. I mean, it's kind of interesting to watch. They're just sliding it in there, having some fun. This is just what you look for in racing. It's the fun side of being a driver. You might not be going for a win or nothing, but I mean, when you get like a bunch of guys just, you know, sliding it in, trying to do what you can, and you give each other room, it's a lot of fun. But it also can bring up a lot of anger too, as Dyson closes in on this group.
Our crossover on center. Why don't we go? Kowalczewski's had to fix significant damage with the car. He's fixed most of it. Gallimore now looks to follow on through in the BMO Performance car. He couldn't clear this time either. So basically all sorts of rivals. I mean, some issues. Chris Davis hard on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, this is just wild back here. A lot of cars, they hit the wall, they drop back, they fix it, they keep that going straight, they get as much spots as they can, and then make them another mistake. Car's just not handling well back here right now, but I mean, it's fun racing. Absolutely.
It's been a fight back here, to the very least. That's why we're looking at it coming around to the home stretch, under 22 to go in the race. Up front, things are really starting to stay out if you're not in the main pack. Hunter Truex, he's been decent tonight, just outside the top 10, looking for the top 10.
Not a playoff guy. Love to get a top 10, but he's trying to get wins. But up ahead of them, looks like Vroman just made a move on the 83 at Benefield. And Vroman's able to slide up as Benefield's going to try and get on the back bumper and follow him through. Looks like right there, Vroman moves up a spot to 8th. Big deal there. As they run, I mean, it's phenomenal to see the number of playoff guys we have in this front group. Hoffman, Hoytsma, Delaney, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The entirety of the top 10 are all playoff guys. So that just shows you how much talent you have to have, and you cannot have a bad race. You'll lose points to the guys. It's going to be real difficult to gain it back.
Really good right now. Run for Alex Murray for this final stage so far. He's kind of stopped the bleed from where he was sailing on back as the run went on. After 30 laps, this run so far, just maintain the top 5. Murray doing what he needs to do to score the points.
I mean, points don't matter to Murray anymore. You got to remember,
Yes.
Murray, he's not going to even be here next week. With that in mind, he has got to have some sort of miracle happen. Because right now, I don't think he's got the speed to catch back up to the back bumper of the leader unless he's saving something, which it would be a phenomenal thing to see. On the long run, it hasn't really been his day, but on the short run, yeah, he has a shot. So he's hoping for a miracle. 8 car of Hutchinson, could not ask for a better day out of that 8 car. Having one of the best days of the year, exactly when he needs it, in the playoffs, and he's going to be able to have a nice and easy Bristol if he's able to finish the race next week. That make him go into the round of 12. And then Delaney, he's just comfortable. He's relaxed. He had problems where he was involved in accidents, made it back up through the field, sitting in 3rd now. Driver of the 6 car, able to feel comfortable next week going into Bristol. Probably won't have any points problems at all, as long as he can finish where he is right now. Up ahead of him, you got the 97, Lucas Hoytsma. Remember him right there. He was 41 to the good at the end of stage 2. So with that in mind, he has no worries in the world at all either. He's in a position where he ain't even worried about nothing. But up ahead of him, Clayton Hoffman, he wants to get locked in. He wants everything to just be easy, clean driving, and he can win next week too. Bristol is not a racetrack you like to rely on, but it's a track that if he's able to win here today, he'll be able to go out there and try to do some crazy strategies to try and even win next week.
Yeah, and we know how crazy things can get at Bristol, especially if you end up having cautions, precautions. So easy for incidents to happen there. Right now, Hoffman doing the best he can to drive forward, coming around 16 laps to go. The Altus car's had a good power plant underneath it all season long and is ready to get itself another victory on raw speed as a team.
He has waited all year. This is his biggest shot he's got. If he's going to be able to be a winner here in the Full Length Cup Challenge, he's got to prove it right here, right now. We just saw the 7 of Murray. He's under fire right now from Nolan Hodson. If he's able to get by him, then that would be a good day for that 12 car. He's still already having a good night. Not really worried too much about that 12 car. But that 7 car, he's seeing his hopes slip away lap after lap. He needs something to happen to help him out. And he knows that. So, I mean, at this point, I can't ever say it's over until it's over. But those lap times, take a look right here. Hodson running 34 flats, 33s for Murray. So with that in mind, I mean, not at all in terms of the leader's pace right there. Hoytsma's running slightly faster than the leader of Hoffman, but less than a 10th faster every lap. So that means right here, if it continues that same way for the lead, he's got 7/10 to the good. He's just got to hang on to it right now. As he crosses the stripe that time by, Hoffman ran a 33.827. Second place ran a 33.868, so slightly faster for the leader. They're just running identical lap times back and forth.
It's like it's like a war on the leaderboard, to say the very least right now. But Delaney needs to close up. Hoytsma needs to close up even quicker. Again, Murray not where he needs to be, as there comes a 12 on the outside. He wants a point. He wants more spots gained. Can't get the run outside either.
Knowing what's going to happen here at the end of this race, if you knew what's going to happen, what would you be willing to do to gain every spot you can? If you know at the end of the week what the points were going to be, well, you got to be thinking always on edge. That you're like on the cut line. That should be your mentality when you're a playoff driver. You should always be thinking, I got to get everything I can get all the time. If I can't do it, then it's just you can't feel confident in your driving ability if you're just trying to go for like comfort. So right now these guys are driving the wheels off the thing, trying to get everything they can get. That 12 car included, 7 car included. 7 cars not going to give up until this day's done. So with that in mind, same thing with the 12, same thing with 26, same thing with Nicholas Vroman. They're sitting in 8th place right now, catching up to the back bumper of these guys. But there's gonna need to be a lot of miracle for any of these guys to really reel in the leader here with 12 laps to go. When they cross the stripe, it will be 11 laps to go in the race. And remember, Hoffman yet to win yet this year, but take a look at Nolan making a move down to the inside of Murray. First time he's been able to get there all race long, and it looks like Hudson got loose in front of him. Look out, Murray's going to give him a shot in the back bumper. They both get in the wall on the straightaway.
Yeah, caution!
Huge deal. Holy cow, what just happened on the turn 1?
And it's Alex Coffey. Alex Coffey goes around in 1 and 2, and this will put us at a caution with about 10 laps to go. They were racing in the 20s. Contact with Steven Williams.
Oh my gosh. I think he might have missed his, like he broke way early. Let's see, hold on, let me get on board here. We need to see the thing. That 54 really got on the brakes early. I don't know as to why, but he pulled up in front of the car he was passing, which doesn't make much sense either. He was making the pass. Yeah, he had it. He had a run. And he was going to be able to move up. I think he was clear. So, yeah, moving up makes sense here. But he got on the brakes really quick. And the 98 just did not. And they both, the 54 just goes out in the outside wall. That's going to change everything at the front of this field.
It's brought everybody down pit road. But now, will we see 2-tire calls after more than 30 laps?
Absolutely.
We do have one. Nicholas Vroman has already taken 2. Expect a lot more to risk it here. On the balance, Clayton Hoffman off and away. Clayton Hoffman wins the race off pit road.
A lot of cars doing 2 tires. I think everybody did 2 tires there. That was the only choice you really had. I mean, if you want to win the race, you know 2 tires is the answer right now. Man. If you're Hoffman, you did not want to see that caution. That brings everybody back in. You were in a rhythm. You're running good lap times, but now they're all on your back bumper, and anything can happen. Here we go. It seems that that's just the way the full-length Cup Challenge goes at the end of these things. They get chaotic very quickly. I've watched NASCAR for many years in my life, and it just seems that this series specifically seems to get the most chaotic finishes I've ever seen in a year. I mean, this is phenomenal. I hate to see it happen this particular way, but the first driver on 4 tires is Hunter Truex, currently sitting in the 10th place spot. So with that in mind, I mean, what is he going to be willing to do to try and pass all these guys? I have no idea if it's going to happen or not. But when he crossed the stripe, here we go. He's in 15th rather. So a lot of cars took to Chad Center, Paul Gallimore, Kulmacheski. Cameron Stone has recovered from his accident, now sitting in 11th place. And you're looking through the rest of this field. I mean, this is for the win. I mean, that 92 has yet to win this season. He wants it desperately. The 8 car has yet to win this season. He wants it desperately. You're looking at the front of this field, and so many cars would love to be locked into the next round. But this is the race to determine if you get Bristol off next week, or if you get to have to drive a lot harder to try and confirm you can make it to the next round. This is everything right here.
7-lap dash to decide the win as well. Hoffman, Hoytsma, Murray and Hutchinson, Delaney and Hudson, Hill and Roman, O'Brien Jr. and Benefield. All of those names on 2 tires. It's go all the way back to about 15 to 100 Truo to be able to get 4 tires. Slow roll up to the restart zone. Green flag is out. Early launch for the inside. And the leader is off and away.
Great jump from Hoffman. He needed that. If he wants to win this race, he needed that exact jump. Now just nice and calm. You got cold tires on one side. Be ready for it. It's going to get a little loose. Here we go, off the corner. Everybody hangs on to the race car. He's out and about as it looks like Hoytsma goes down the block. The 8 car of Hutchinson. Now Murray on the back bumper is second place. Remember, Murray needs to win in order to make it to the next round. It's his only chance he has. Hoffman, though, up front by a large margin. Nothing in his mirror. We're going to get 6 laps to go this time by. Huge gap, half a second between the leader and second place.
Yeah, right now Hoffman's got the field where he wants them. The rest of the field fighting for whatever points they can get here. There goes Froman trying to hold on around the bottom. Benefield on the outside. Now back in line they go. Now Benefield back to the inside on the cross.
That battle again is for the back spots there of 8th place right now. That's 8th place. But battle for second as we got a spin in the back. Multiple cars around. It's the 20. Tanner Marty, 29 cars sitting the wrong direction. That will bring up a caution and most likely a green, white, checkered.
Caution flag is out. And indeed, the 29 is the car around. It was with some help from Andrew Dyson.
Got a little loose after contact with 41. Wasn't intentional, obviously, but one car spinning. That luckily didn't get much damage for the 29 of Marty, but not necessarily having the year of his career here. 29 of Tanner. Let's see what happened from high above. You can see it here. A little higher. 41 dives it in. Not even much contact. I think 29 just got loose on the exit. And the 21, the 4-car DeCiani was involved in that. That's a big deal, too, because these guys are playoff guys trying to get every spot they can get. Same thing with the 41. But DeCiani especially is in one heck of a position right now to where he needs to get every spot he can.
Yeah, right now, DeCiani right now 19th spot on the racetrack as they go, by the way. Right now is lots of trouble for them. Dyson, absolute damage on the front nose from that situation, and can confirm here this is going to likely take us into the green white checker period. We're coming to 3 laps to go. Should get the trigger next time by to go green white checker racing. Unlimited attempts, by the way, are available for this field.
Oh man, this, like I said, this series just brings chaos, man. Hoffman's heart rate must be through the roof. He has yet to win all season. I gotta keep reading that up. He's the only one in this group that can say that right now. Alex Murray in the 7 is right all over his back bumper. And remember, Alex Murray needs to win to make it to the next round. He won't be here next week. I'm just going to keep reiterating this. This is a big deal. That's what's on the line. This is all for a championship. This is the only series that is as big and as competitive as what we have here with the full length of the Cup Series going week in, week out, following their exact schedule. This is a big deal to these guys. They want to be able to win this thing. They want this championship. And the only way they can make sure they're locked into the next round to even give themselves a chance is by winning this race right here, right now. Hoffman's in the hot seat.
He's played it perfectly off each of the restarts so far. He only needs to do it one more time, maybe a couple more, depending on how many attempts we get a green-white checker finish. Here we go. Lights are out on top of the iRacing pace car. Cam Stone, by the way, has now gone back into the top 10 from one of the earlier spinners. And if you're a playoff driver, likely inside the top 10 right now. That is the case for just about everybody here.
You know that 97 on top side. He has a teammate behind him. I think that they're going to end up being nose to tail here, trying to work together to try and time this just right. That 92 is not going to give any hints. He's going to make sure he has the best jump of his life right here. He needs it in order to win this race. Murray's all over the back bumper, and he's going to try and push as well, but man, I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, I'm shaking right now. This is going to be a wild restart. Who's it going to be, man? Who's going to win this thing? They know what's at stake. They know what they need to do. And now they got to put it into practice. Here we go through turns 3 and 4 for the final time before we get the green, white, checkered, green flag.
Will Murray try and time things up on a jump in the second row? How will Hoffman play this out of the restart zone? 2 to go from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Green flag is out. Murray gets a good jump, but not good enough to keep up with the 92.
That was the best restart out of the outside line I've seen the entire time. Here we go. 7 car has made the pass for second. Alex Murray sitting in second now, all behind Hoffman. Hoffman wants this bad. 7 car wants it bad as well. Both of them. Top 3 is single filed out. Here we go. Going through turns 3 and 4 to get the white flag this time by. Up front, Hoffman. Out of turn 4. 1 lap to go. No caution. We're going to the finish here.
Final time around here at the FLCC from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Murray trying to find a way to go for a send. Clayton Hoffman has led 94 laps. He has controlled this race since the later stages of stage 3. Now he looks to hold on for one more set of corners. No send from Murray. It's Clayton Hoffman out of turn 4. He takes the win at Gateway.
They cross the stripe, and right there, 1 spot short for the 7, but Clayton Hoffman able to get it done. That is absolutely astounding. His first win of the season in the playoffs as a playoff driver shows that somehow consistency can still get you into the next round. He won his first race. That is so dang cool. You got to love it for that Altus Esports entry. The 92, Clayton Hoffman, is a winner of the Full-Length Cup Challenge.
It was not a question of if, it was when he would break through, like we've seen with so many potential names. It hasn't felt like he was winless, but he indeed gets a chance to earn it on down here. Once again, Hoffman is locked in to the round of 12.
I cannot believe that, man. That's so cool. Last week, heartbreak, Darlington, his first race of the playoff. Look how happy he is. He's jerking that wheel around. You know he's in a good mood. And this is just something that he absolutely wanted to have happen. This is like the best day he could possibly have had. He's the only driver that I'm aware of that is locked in to the next round. He's the only one. Possibly Dyson might have got it on points. Possibly. We'll have to see where he finished out and where the points line up. But on wins, he's the only one locked into the next round.
So the celebration is on. We'll take a step aside when we come back. Post-race coverage. You're watching Maconi Entertainment for coverage of the FLCC.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Worldwide Technology Raceway for post-race coverage of the full-length Cup Challenge here at Maconi Entertainment. Let's take a look at your unofficial race results where Clayton Hoffman gets his first win of the season. Does over Alex Murray, who needed a win tonight because of attendance for Bristol. Lucas Weitzma in third. Then it's Hutchinson and Delaney, the top 5. Paul Hill, Nicholas Roman, Cameron Stone, Adam Benefield, and Nolan Hodgson all get top 10s in this one, Kirk.
What a day. 11th place Hunter Truell able to come out with top 15. Sean O'Brien Jr. playoff driver got 12th. Thomas Kulmacheski, good night. 13th for him. Paul Gallimore, 14th. Bobby Anderson gets top 15. Chad Centers scoots just outside top 15 of 16th. Andrew Dyson and Matt DiCiani there. Both playoff drivers, 17th and 18th, with Jeremy Clapper, Newell, and Chris Davis rounding out your top 20.
Then you go down the list, 21st spot goes to Stephen Williams, Dustin Hall, and Tyler Hunter back there. Also on the lead lap, Tanner Marty and Derek Heitman. Then it's laps down for Coffey, for Zodiac, Pearson, Simpson, and Mesnard.
Galata will finish 31st after getting involved in an accident. Most of these guys did as well. Devin Medeiros, Daniel Llewellyn, Billy Brickley, Dave Hoitzma, William Owens, and Brandon Hastings will round out your 37-car finishers.
Look top to bottom with the radar here tonight in this one, as it was an interesting one, but it was a good one for Clayton Hoffman. He gets his first win of the season, and he does so to get a spot on the round of 12. Clayton, how's it feel?
Feels like it's a little bit overdue. I think I had some really good races. I just messed up on my own. So I'm a little surprised just of how this race played out, that I didn't blow it like I have been. But yep, I mean, it feels good, especially after we had like 6 cautions in a row in that last stage. It just kind of, grinds my gears there, just pacing. It works out for me, but I mean, I still just not happy when we do that. So I was glad we had that long run to the end. I thought we were going to go green after the first 2 stages, but yeah, it feels a little overdue. It's all on me.
So with that in mind as well, how would you describe the speed you and your team have put together for the playoffs? 2 for 2 for Altus in victories in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, Robert's been testing. I haven't been testing a ton still, but I'd say I've been doing more testing than I have all year, because I just got tired of putting myself in a position to win the race potentially a couple times, every couple weeks, and then throwing it away. So I think me practicing some pit road entrances under green and doing a warm-up race this morning before I went to work was a good choice there. So I feel like I put in a little bit of work and I got a little bit of a reward.
So your reward is a very calm potential race for Bristol. What's your approach now, knowing you're already advanced to the next round?
Well, for all the testing I did at Gateway, I'm gonna go talk with some of the other Altus guys and see if there's something that I can pull from this car to add to Phoenix for them, because got a bunch of guys trying to make the Final 4 there, and I think 2 of them are winner, they're not in, and 1 person has good points. So gonna try a couple things there for them and see if anything translates, and not gonna worry about Bristol. And I'll probably have to look at the schedule to see where we're going after Bristol, because I don't know.
You're referring to the Coke Series, of course, in terms of those references then.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you get to your Coke testing now to try and get your drivers into the Championship 4?
Yeah, thanks to Robert helping with the setup there. He had some ideas he talked to me about. He unfortunately wasn't able to qualify because he wasn't able to be home to qualify to make the race. Otherwise, might have been him that won, or it might have been him. We might have been one too. I don't know, but yeah, shout out to him for helping out. He helped a lot at Darlington, and he definitely deserved that win. Yeah, shout out to all the guys at Altus. I just, been able to pull stuff and try some stuff here and there, and hopefully we can, get everything together and be really good at Phoenix. I think they've been qualifying really good. Had some bad luck all around, except for Chris, who's had some awesome luck. Even when he has bad luck, he's had some awesome recoveries. So hopefully they get some good luck at Phoenix. And shout out to all the guys that didn't bring out a caution tonight. It was fun to race. A lot of guys are complaining about the dirty air, and I think I just got lucky with my situation, with how I played my strategy. I didn't have to deal with the dirty air in the top 5. I was able to pull out and get to the front pretty quick. So I think the dirty air on this car is horrendous and makes this track horrendous to drive if you're not P1, just because of how much it affects you off of 2 and 4. So, like I said, shout out to all those guys in the league not bringing out yellows, and appreciate y'all streaming. I'm probably not a great interviewer. I don't think I've been up here for pretty much since like the first or second race of the year. So I'm just blabbering on here, but yeah, appreciate y'all.
Very informative, though. That's the major thing. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Glenn Hoffman, a lot to say and very happy. Alex Murray, meanwhile, going to be having action at Trackhouse Motorplex coming up for the night fight in Stars. He comes up one spot short of locking himself to the next round, Kirk.
Alex Murray here, Kirk in booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, I got to say, you had one heck of a race today. You had short run speed early on. That long run seemed to suffer just a little bit. But what I can tell you is that after watching that little run there, man, you came close. Second place after all that. Tell me, how's it feel?
It's a little disheartening knowing there was an opportunity to lock in, but just proud of the effort all year from everybody at Precision Speed Solutions, and just gonna go into whatever happens after Bristol. I don't even know where we go after Bristol, and just go try to win some races. That's all we can do. If we don't point in, it's gonna take a miracle, but it's not impossible. So we'll keep working at it and be ready for next year too.
Well, let me ask you this, Alex. And that last restart, when you knew you were right behind the leader, was there anything else you had in the tank or anything you wish you did differently? And also, after that entire race, tell me, do you have any hopes and dreams for Bristol next week whenever you head out there? Do you think you got something that might be able to shock the world?
Well, I won't be here for Bristol, but I'm hoping, I can get something cooked up for coffee and potentially Jeremy if he shows up. But yeah, I mean, going into that last restart, I knew I had to get him the first lap. Clean air was king all night. If you got stuck behind somebody, you were there the whole run, you'd burn the right front off it, and then you'd just be stuck and go backwards, honestly. So I knew I'd have to get to his bumper and move him, but I don't want to do that to Clayton. I know he wouldn't do it to me, so if I got to him, I probably would have tried something, but probably I would not have wrecked him. Clayton's a good dude. I'm glad he won it. But yeah, just a little disheartening.
Well, all right, man. I got to ask you, though, is there anybody you want to shout out for a second place finish? Still a great run today, and it shows that your team has some speed. So tell me what anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, Precision Speed Solutions. You can get setups at precisionsetups.gg, Shamrock Auto Care, Pay RVA, Dalton Shrum Photography, Quarter Automotive, everybody at Precision for putting in the laps this week and last week, really working for this week. So we'll have something for Bristol, and we'll have something for the week following Bristol. So we'll go get them.
Well, thanks so much for talking with us there, Alex. Best of luck to you going on in the future.
Yep, thanks, guys.
So once again, Alex Murray coming away in second spot. Third spot, going the way of Hoytsma. Lucas Hoytsma joins us in the broadcast booth. Lucas, how would you describe tonight as you had race-winning speed, led 13 laps?
Well, car was awesome. Thanks to Ralph and everybody for working on it. We thought we weren't going to be very good going into this race, but we ended up being top 5 contenders and almost win contenders there at the end. But there's just no way of getting through that dirty air, especially at this racetrack. I mean, we were just locked in. Unless you had a really fast car, you were just locked in about 4/10 behind somebody the whole race. So it was a huge track position game tonight, and luckily the cautions came out when I needed them every time, and I was able to hold on to top 5 for most of the race. So yeah, it was a huge playoff night for me. As I just saw, I'm locked into next week officially, I think. So, or after next week. So happy to see that. I can just go into Bristol and do whatever I want. So awesome night for me. I'm feeling really good.
Sounds good indeed here. Now, let me ask as well, when it comes to this type of a racetrack, you mentioned the dirty air playing a huge factor in terms of some of the buffers around the racetrack, but also it seemed like you played the strategy cards just right. We do have one confirmation just came in, though, that is more precedent. You're advanced into the next round. You're on lock with points already here before Bristol, Lucas.
Yeah, I am psyched to hear that. I was worried going into this race, and even with my 33-point advantage on the cut line, I was like, 1 week could screw that up. So yeah, it's huge, especially going into Bristol, where historically I have not finished that fall race in this league. So glad to be locked in going into that one.
So now how do you approach that race knowing you've got the points lock? It's just about having fun at this point. Well, I know you're very excited about the paint scheme.
Oh yeah, we got our neon rainbow car. That was a ton of fun to make. That's a good idea by those guys. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in there and have fun. Number one, take my week off basically and revamp for the round of 12. But yeah, if I am not having fun, maybe I'll just try to win and get some playoff points, win a stage win. I don't know. But yeah, I'm so glad to have the week off.
Any shout you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, just a big shout out again to Ralph and everybody on RHM. Fast car again tonight, and we've been swinging really good in these playoffs so far, so I'm excited to keep that going. Also, a big shout out to everybody at 712 Breaks, Quinn, and those guys, everybody over at Wanted Goons, and everybody else who puts this thing on. This is a ton of fun on these Saturday nights.
Congratulations on the podium once again, Lucas.
Thank you.
Lucas Hoytson rounds out our interviews here tonight. I'd like to thank the top 3 for speaking with us during post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Next up is Bristol, and that is a crown jewel race here, Kirk. It's going to be an interesting night at the world's fastest half mile.
The night race. It's my favorite track in the entire world, in my opinion. Bristol Motor Speedway is September 13th, 8:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be wild. We're going to be having crazy racing here. We know the full-length Cup Challenge can deliver. We're going to have playoff implications. It is going to be one of those things that you just got to tune in for. It's going to be, it might even be more entertaining than what we might see on Saturday night next week due to the Cup Series race. I don't think that Cup Series race will be quite as entertaining as what we'll catch here, because the racing at Bristol just tends to be that much better on the sim than it does in real life right now. So highly recommend you tune into what we got going on next week, and we'll find out who makes it and who gets cut out of the round of 12.
Once again, that race coverage starts at 8:25 p.m. Be sure to tune in. Last Great Coliseum. But on that note, it's time to say goodbye. I'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight's action. Calling the racing action tonight was myself, Justin Prince, alongside Kirk Mills. DJ Lyon was producing. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. We hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to our staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. It's been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
Want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi's Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.